Hello, everyone. It is Ryan Zip. Welcome to the Geek Zip podcast. Thank you for joining us on your Friday night. As always, in the cave with me is my partner, Christian.
Here,
Or wait,
present.
There you are.
Present. Are these lights
Trying
the
to
same?
find you.
Are
Yeah,
these
they're
lights
the same.
I don't think I
There's no
never
different in
noticed
the
them.
lights.
They look like they're recessed. They're blinding me a little bit.
They're bright as shit. I won't deny that. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful week, and we'll get into the news of the week and everything like that.
April 11th today, 411, 411.
Does that mean something somewhere?
Isn't that the number you call for the information? 411?
611, I think, right?
It's give me the 411, is it not?
Oh, give me the 411. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what the hell 611 is. Is that something? Let's dial it right now.
Information? No, it's not information. We just decided that.
Remember when you used to call people to do Google searches for you, dude?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Before
I
we
mean,
had
you
internet
all
on-
have no idea how good you have
Before
it.
we had internet on our phone?
Yeah, for real. For reals.
They had ads on TV for it.
Okay, so, yeah, it's been a great week.
No Morrison here this week.
No Morrison here this week, unfortunately. You know,
he's
gotta
out with
do-
the kids.
Yeah, he's got to do the Little League
Probably
thing.
drowning in the rain too. No, that's not.
Probably.
That's not funny. People have lost their lives in these horrible weathers, but
I mean, yeah. I think people who watch the show regularly know what we're talking about. But yes, our hearts do go out to those who.
well, it's like that time they said he was pulling out that stump and fell, and Jim had to pull him out of the mud, and he was eating that sandwich his wife made for him. They were arguing about what he was doing. You left me. You left me to die in the flood. I was given.
It's a great story.
I was given a sandwich to eat, man. I had to make a choice.
Yeah. Aaron Morrison called through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side.
Shawshank. He got him a piece.
All right, let's get into business here. We do have our chat open, so if you have any comments, questions, concerns, let us know. We will drop a StreamYard link later on if you want to come up and discuss any of the topics that we have here for you today.
I was hoping Aaron would have been here because I was going to tell him about this comment I read on one of our videos.
Which comment?
I think it said, "You guys suck and your channel is shit."
Oh yeah, that's a great. We love those comments.
my
I see
favorite.
it. I heart all the comments.
That's
I don't
the favorite
care.
one I've ever seen, dude. I was like, "It is, isn't it?"
It's a shit. It's a shit box. You're not wrong.
We appreciate your input, sir.
Yeah, any input is welcome, even if
We'll
it's,
try to be less sucky and make
We'll
our
try to suck
channel
less.
less shitey. But I think that got taken away or something. It was like banned for like abusive. I don't know, auto banned or auto marked by
Autobahn.
AI.
Yeah, I hear you. Well,
You watched some good stuff this week.
I watched a lot of good stuff this week. You're right, and we'll get into that for sure. Don't
Oh, we
forget,
got-
follow us on YouTube,
Are there any RIPs?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't have any. We are also on X. If you want to follow us on there, make sure you like the stream. And
It means a lot to Zip. He takes
It
this
does.
seriously.
I take it very seriously.
Too serious.
As everyone should.
Why so serious?
Ooh. Making my bones chill. All right. So let's go ahead and get into what we did this week. What did you watch anything interesting? Anything cool?
I wanted you to start. That's why
you
I
want me
kinda
to
kicked
start?
it off to
Okay.
you.
So I actually watched shit this week. I watched new shit.
You made some purchases because you
I
had a
did.
birthday.
Yes, my birthday was last Sunday. Thank you. Yada yada.
Because the monkey had just came out, and I was like, "You got it for $25?"
Yeah,
Or did you kind of
yeah.
work around that?
No,
You were
I-
like, gift
I went-
card, bro.
I went all in with it, bro. I was like, you know what, Osgood Perkins and this cat. I think it's gonna be good.
yeah.
And it was good. It was great. It was fun. It was more of a dark comedy.
I probably would have bought it too if it had come
Yeah.
out sooner, but since it's already so long, I was like, I'm
yeah,
not paying that. For
yeah.
that right
I don't
now.
blame you. I don't blame you. I mean, had it been any other time or circumstance,
Yeah, sure. I
I
understand.
probably wouldn't have. But, you know, the stars aligned and I was able to get it. So another release from Neon. They're just killing it on the horror. And Osgood Perkins, man, he's starting to get that style, develop a style. And that's really great, too. So yeah, the monkey was great. I'm not sure. I never read the Stephen King book, so I'm not even sure if it has anything to do with the Stephen King book.
How book accurate it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, me and Kush watched it, and we really enjoyed it. Thought it was good. I highly recommend you check it out. Lots of funny parts. Lots of just that insane gore that Osgood Perkins has become known for.
You think we could see people buying that little monkey toy? Could we sell that?
I mean, like us personally, the
I
show.
just meant like, is there an appeal? Do you think people who watch that movie would be like, I'd like to buy that little monkey?
I mean, as a horror fan, I would put the damn thing there. I would set it there and be like.
Speaking of business ideas.
Yeah, okay.
Do they can pancakes? Can you buy a can of pancakes and just crack open a can and have pancakes?
You mean like biscuits?
No, like pancakes, like
No,
cooked
but
pancakes.
I'm saying you're referring to like you do with a can of biscuits?
Well, you have to cook those.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
no, I'm talking about fully cooked. You open it up and you fork in there and eat them up. I've seen canned burgers before.
Have you?
On videos, people
canned burgers?
Yeah, they don't look
that are cooked?
Yeah, they don't look like they taste very good, but yeah.
That don't sound good at all. Let
But
us know if you've ever had a canned burger.
I was asking AK about canned pancakes because I was like, I would just like to open. It'd be like a cat food can.
Dude, you have officially become Kramer.
It would be a cat food can, but bigger with pancakes.
You become Kramer,
and then that
and you're making your own inventions.
When I was at Lawson's, I was watching ads for the first time, dude. I got to see this cat food fancy feast, and the food was like in the shape of a pyramid. I was just imagining a cat being served that and being like, what is this? It's like, I don't know if I should bow down to it.
Is that the one with the fork?
Maybe, yeah. It looked like it was like 3 different layers on this pyramid of food, dude. It's like a real
It's a real
pyramid.
thing. It's a real thing.
I believe it. I totally believe it's a real thing.
I never get to watch good ads like that, dude.
I know.
There was one with the screaming goat, too. I almost shared it with you guys, but then I was like, wait, that's 10 years old, and I've never seen it before.
I'd watch it again. I love Screaming Goat.
He was the scapegoat, dude, and at the factory assembly line, dude, and his name was Rick. And then there was another funny ad because I got that pretzel pizza, and there's Little Caesars ad about the pretzel pizza being, I can't say it very good.
You can't even say it right. The pretzel pizza.
Well, the ad is a sheep going, it's back. And Lawson, the manager's like, Brian, you need to get to work. And he's going, it's back.
Oh, my God.
And Lawson kept going, there you are, because I was talking about the pizza. And I was like, it's good. I'm so happy it's back.
Oh, man. Yeah, you do love that pretzel pizza. Yeah, you love that pretzel pizza.
You watched that one. It's good. I'd like to watch it. And
yes,
then what
very
else?
good. Osgood Perkins, just a really great horror comedy.
What else has he done besides Long Legs? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I know he's done a lot of independent stuff. I don't know what he's done before Long Legs. That's how I kind of got to know him.
He didn't do that Cuckoo movie, did he?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't.
It's
really
another,
don't
I
know.
think, neon one.
He came on my radar with Long Legs, and Monkey I was excited for because of Long Legs and how much I like Long Legs. It's not a lot like Long Legs though. Don't go into it thinking that it's going to be a lot like Long Legs. It's more
comedy,
slapstick, kind of deal. And I think he did that on purpose. So, but it's a great movie. Osgood Perkins,
writer.
he's the director.
Apparently, he's the son of the Psycho guy,
Anthony Perkins, correct? Yeah.
Norman Bates. I don't.
He probably directed an episode or something. I think he is into Star Trek. No, I don't think he directed the remake.
That might have been JJ.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams did the remakes. So, cool. All right. What else? I also bought the Wolfman, the Lee Wannell.
Is that called
Wolfman.
Wolf Spaceman?
Wolf Dash
Oh,
Man.
that's Wolf Dash
Yeah,
Man?
Wolf Dash Man. And I made sure to put the goddamn dash in on my show prep. So, I liked it. I really did. The creature design, the story, I didn't mind it. I really liked it. There were a couple moments where he looked really stupid. I will totally admit that. A couple moments I'm looking at him and I'm going, wow, it's just a balding guy with teeth with dentures in, and I was like,
and it's not like you probably paused it and dissected it either.
I didn't. No, it just kept rolling.
It just looked bad in the
Yeah.
shots. Gosh.
Yeah, and
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe he paused it and it looked really bad. No.
well, they're as with most werewolf movies, and let me tell you, I do not consider this a werewolf movie.
Okay, Wolfen.
Thank
Whatever.
You. Yeah, exactly. And it's
What's
got
that other
wolf in the
one?
title,
What was that
but-
one that you watched that wasn't good with the
Oh,
Game of
God.
Thrones guy?
The Beast Within. Yeah, that was a piece of shit.
Would you consider that one a werewolf movie?
No,
Okay.
I would not at all. It doesn't even. No.
Okay, What was the last good werewolf movie you saw? That was a real, true werewolf movie.
I mean, a lot of it's been a while. I'll tell you firsthand. I think probably the last good one I saw, and God, I can't. I've got to find the name of it.
There's a Black Mirror episode that Aaron recommended we watch that was a werewolf kind of episode.
Really? Let me see here. I'm looking it up. Bear with me.
I think that new season came out yesterday.
Werewolf.
Aaron would be
movie.
here talking about it. Oh, that one with the old one?
Yeah, late phases.
Yeah.
Yeah, late phases with the old man.
It's like
and
a
the dog.
retirement home or something.
It's a retirement community, and he moves in, and there's a fucking werewolf that lives there apparently. What? I don't care. That's fine. We can fix that. Late Phases, also known as Night of the Wolf, is the name of this movie. It was directed by Adrian Garcia Bagliano. Came out in 2014. Stars Nick Demisi. Incredible performance. He's a blind war veteran. After his wife dies, his son basically moves him into a retirement community to live out his days or whatever.
I think I started it and didn't finish it.
He's like this hard-ass military guy, and he's blind, obviously, from war. And again, just imagine that scenario. There's and he gets attacked almost instantly, so he knows that there's a wolf in the neighborhood. I don't know if he knows it's a werewolf necessarily, but he knows there's something horribly wrong, and it's just that's really the last good werewolf movie I can think of that's come out recently.
What about the actress that was in Wolf Dash Man?
Julia
Julia Garner, is that her name?
I mean, she did fine. Again, I'm not a.
She's the new Silver Surfer.
I know, yeah. I thought she did fine.
Yeah, that's her name.
Again, she just looks weird to me. I don't know. She looks like some kind of alien.
Sounds like Anya Taylor-Joy.
It kinda is like that, actually. And maybe it's just because that connection to Game of
That's
Thrones.
why she's playing the Silver Surfer, dude, because she looks like a silver alien.
Could be. She does look like a silver alien. The little girl did great. Matilda Firth is her name.
How many kills were there?
Not many. Again, like I said, I don't consider it a werewolf movie. I consider it a
Home invasion.
a horror movie.
Panic room.
If anything, and this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler, I would consider it along the lines of almost like a 28 Days Later.
It's a comedy, dude. It's a dream.
Well, no, it's definitely not a comedy. It doesn't have the Osgood Perkins treatment. But that's how I would rate this Wolfman that we saw, from Lee Wannell. And yeah, I thought it was great. The creature design, when you first see, I was saying this, with every Wolfman movie, there's always two wolves, right? There's the one that's kind of already the wolf that attacks the new person to become the wolf, and then there's the new wolf. When the old wolf presents himself, he looks pretty goddamn crazy. Now, according to the canon of the film, he's been out in the woods forever and long lost and all that stuff. But when
he's old wolf?
Yeah,
Go
he's old wolf. He's old wolf, not lone wolf.
Watch out for old wolf out there. Roaming the woods.
And there's some text at the beginning of the film that says a hiker went missing, and people claim that he was taken by this disease called Face of the Wolf, I think they said.
Sounds like the Blair Witch, dude.
Kinda.
It's out there.
Kinda. or it's like a presence, or almost. or
Another
something
thing
crazy
about
like
this
that.
movie,
I don't have a camera on Sam, so
I think it could have been better if Blumhouse, the director, whatever his name, Jason Blum.
Lee Wannell. Jason Blum was a producer.
I was getting ready to
Okay,
ask
well-
if Sam watched it.
Well, it says right there, it says from Blumhouse Adventure.
It is from Blumhouse, but that doesn't mean he directed it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also, Blumhouse has like 80 movies going on, and
Oh yeah.
it could have been a lot better.
I mean, it was a different take on a wolf man, but I think that's going to confuse people. They're going to think of it as a werewolf movie with the full moon and shit. No, it's not that kind of movie.
Well, can you make a modern werewolf movie without supernatural? I don't know. It's the Howling.
I think
dude.
you can. It would be hard. I think the closest they came probably is Van Helsing.
It's a fun little movie.
Yeah, with the CG werewolf, that was a cool looking werewolf. I mean, you can say what you want about Van Helsing, but much love to the werewolf.
I just like to call it Wolverine versus vampires.
Wolverine versus vampires. that's actually.
I watch Hugh Jackman.
That's
do a lot
actually
of
pretty
stuff,
accurate. Yeah.
Was that all you watched? Was there one there?
I had some more. We're going to talk. Let's talk Daredevil Born Again.
I did get to watch that.
You did not.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
did get to watch that.
Yeah.
And I guess we got one episode left this season.
Yeah, and they're definitely not going to wrap
Even though
things
it was
up.
originally supposed to be one season that was 18 episodes, like
Yeah,
I said.
yeah.
And they were like, no, let's just make 2 seasons out of 9 episodes each. It's like, why would you do that? It's written to be one season 18.
Right.
Well, we want more money. Like
More
this.
money. Yeah. Tariffs are coming, so we need all the money we can get.
So
even though, from what I've seen, a lot of stuff is protected from the tariffs that we're into.
So Sam was asking like if I was excited about it, and I said not
Yeah.
really, because I don't think
Yeah.
there's a lot of conclusions that are going to come.
Yeah, it's
I
just
feel
it's
we
just
gotta-
going to leave people hanging.
We got a whole nother season left to go.
Right. Which that's a great point. If the season's already shot and you just split it in half, of course there's going to be questions and things left unsaid and undetermined, which is bullshit. I'm with Christian
What
on
if
this
he's
one.
going to die, dude? He got shot.
I don't think he's going to die. We're not live on Facebook. Tell your friends they can switch over to the YouTube. All right. So Daredevil Born Again. This week's episode again, it's kind of filler episode. Again, some iconic moments. It is iconic when he takes the bullet for Wilson Fisk. That's kind of a big moment in comics.
I liked him getting mad about the system, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not going to. And they're like, that's malpractice. You can't just tell the person that he's lying.
I loved how, and even Sam texted me about how Bullseye broke out of jail by spitting the tooth into the guy's mouth or
His
whatever he
eyeball,
did.
dude.
His eyeball.
Yeah, and I said you can't leave Bullseye. Oh yeah. You can't
Nobody
leave.
can hear you.
You can't leave Bullseye with
you're threatening
his
to-
hands open. If you leave Bullseye with his hands open,
Yeah.
he could turn anything into anything.
That's right. We've seen it before, time and time again.
Got that fly in that end credit scene.
That's what I'm talking about. Got the shooting the paper clip with his mouth. So anyway, Daredevil Born Again this week. It was again, they're really exploring the relationship between Murdoch and Fisk in a way. It could be good or bad. I mean, it could go either way.
Screen Crush pointed out how those actors have played those characters more than almost any other Marvel characters besides the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people.
Yeah, this is true because of the time that's passed and all that.
I didn't like this episode because every episode before this episode had like a really gory moment.
Sure.
There was nothing.
Oh. The young heart, the young-minded.
I liked we found out BB knows that Fisk killed Ben.
Yeah.
And how she's trying to, get revenge
Avenge
from the
him.
inside.
Right.
And she's using that guy. That idiot.
What's his name? Son, Gandolfini's son.
Yeah. Looks like a young Zip.
No, it doesn't at all.
That'd be you in the press junket, dude.
No,
Slurping it up. I love you, Mr. Fisk. I'm loyal.
You're so full of shit.
I'm loyal. You're going to save the city, Mr. Fisk. I'll do anything.
Oh my God.
I'll do anything.
I hate you so bad. All right. So Daredevil Born Again.
I wasn't too impressed.
I mean, yeah. I didn't think you.
I can't even really remember too much.
I mean, it's the party, and he has the breakup with the girl psychiatrist who he fought Muse in her office, and blah blah
Was
blah.
it a breakup though?
What?
He was dancing with her.
What?
I think it was just a fight.
Well,
I don't know if
he
it
was
a
dancing with her.
breakup.
He was just dancing with her to get close to Fisk. He didn't want to dance with her. He almost dragged her ass on the dance floor.
Well, she was the ticket though to the thing though.
That was done intentionally by Fisk.
I know, but that's he was there as her date.
Yeah, because he wanted to confront Fisk, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude.
Come
It seemed
on.
to me like they just had a fight. I don't think he would,
Come
I
on,
think-
what are you doing here?
I think the one funny
think
thing
Matt's-
about
that's your underschool predator coming out
Yeah.
again.
I think
I don't know what that is.
the one thing
Chunk.
Come on!
Come on.
the one thing that I loved was how you didn't know that one guy, the swordsman.
Yeah, I had no idea about who that swordsman guy was. I had to look him up. I was like, I have no clue who that is.
It was funny because I told you.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the name of the show. I just said he's off that stupid Archer show.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, I thought of it at one point, but like I'm saying, that's how stupid and doesn't matter
yeah,
it is.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I was like, what a shit character to introduce and even try to bring into this whole thing. Crazy. Don't forget, join the chat. We've got chats going on YouTube. Sammy's monitoring Discord and Twitch.
The Screen Crush guys say that they have a bad habit of telling and not showing on the show.
Yeah.
Like
No, I
swordsmen
agree.
and stuff like that.
Right. Well, and the same thing with White Tiger, kind
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
Yeah. It's like, why couldn't we see any of that shit? It's like you tell me you skipped all the cool shit? Oh, Lordy. All right. I also watched the Hollywood Demons. Have you been watching this?
Have you seen? Did you watch all of them or just the latest one?
I watched the latest one, all of it, and now I'm going back and watching the other ones. But
I haven't watched any of them, but they look.
The latest one is about the Power Rangers. Yeah. Now, I don't want to get into this too much because we are going to discuss the series in our main topics, but it's a really great series. They're a bit long. They're like an hour and a half, or like hour 24 minutes.
Yeah.
And
well,
I mean,
there's
so
a lot of
they
bad
go
Hollywood stuff.
way in depth. Yeah, way in depth. And it's been a really good show. So I've enjoyed watching that. Me and Sammy watched some of the Star Trek films this past week.
Like
The Kelvin timeline, the newer ones. I've been watching the old ones.
what's the Kelvin timeline?
That's what they
Star
call the
Trek,
Chris
Star
Pine
Trek Into
films.
Darkness,
Really?
and Star
Yeah.
Trek
Why
Beyond.
do they call it that?
Because the first ship that you see in the series is the USS Kelvin that Kirk's
Well, why
father
is it
was
like
on.
a different timeline?
Because the timeline has changed because Spock goes back in time to and brought Nero back in. I mean, watch the fucking movies.
Sure.
I'm not going to explain everything to you. I went back and watched Wrath of Khan, my favorite one. I tried to get Sam to watch it.
I just call it the
These
I just
whippersnappers-
call it the new Star Wars. I don't think it needs a
Oh
timeline.
God!
These whippersnappers aren't into the old stuff like I am. So he's like, I'll just watch Into
I
Darkness.
only watched the good. I only watched the good 80s movies, not like old
Wrath
Star
of Khan
Trek.
is one of the biggest movies of the 80s. Look it up. I mean,
If I looked up 100 the greatest 80s movies of all time, I bet you that movie's not even on there.
I don't know, maybe. I doubt it.
Depends on the list.
Yeah, depends on who's judging. Hollywood Demons was great. But did I watch anything else? That's about it. That's about what I did this week. What about you?
Did you watch Mortal Kombat?
No, I didn't watch more.
Okay, someone else also watched it.
Wasn't me.
I watched Franz Ferdinand perform in D.C. live.
Tell me about Franz. Yes, you went to see Franz Ferdinand in D.C. on what, Monday? Was that?
April 7th.
Yeah. How was that?
They had an opening act that was pretty good, named the Telescreens. They were kind of old.
Name the what?
Telescreens.
Telescreens?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like kind of like stroke sounding, old school rock sounding. They could go somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah.
But Franz was good. We had a good time.
Well, we thought Muse would crash and burn, and we were wrong about that.
But it was good. DC was fun, except I got a funny story about leaving DC.
Ooh, I love funny stories.
Well, you know that parking garage.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, on
Lawson's.
Lawson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's two of them right next to each other.
Yep.
I was in the wrong one. Walking around with my suitcase and pillow for damn near an hour.
For days.
Damn near an hour before I found my car. And it was hot. It was hot in the garages and cold outside. I'm just walking around trying to find the doors in the car.
Oh, man.
But I finally did it. But like I said, it took an hour. Got my exercise in.
Oh, man. How is old Balls? Shout out to Balls.
He had a good time. He was happy to have a break from the chaos of
That's all that guy does is
world.
work, and he works in Washington, and you know that shit's been
Flying around the
lately.
world, dude. He was flying in from Canada that weekend.
Wow. Globetrotting the planet. That's our buddy.
1%er. just kidding if you're listening.
No, you're not.
We used to say that shit. God, that was so funny when we give him
He'd get
shit
so mad
that.
about it. He'd be like, no, I'm not bullshit. I'd be like, it's okay, dude. Don't worry about it. It's a good thing.
You deserve it.
He'd be like, bullshit, man. Bullshit.
You and Brandon.
You're full of shit, Zip. Anyway,
Oh, yeah, and
what
then
else?
So I got
let's
into
go.
watching Heroes for the first time.
yes.
Was it
you
NBC?
texted me and told me you started watching Heroes.
It was NBC, right? Maybe?
NBC, yeah, NBC. Yep.
It was okay. I'm on season 3 now, so I'm going to
That first season.
I don't really know what's going on now, dude. It's like
Of course you don't. No one did.
the first season was cool though, just because it's like every episode was a new person with a
Yeah.
new power and stuff. But
that first season, I still say, is one of the best seasons of television.
and then you
that
say
I've
the
seen.
writer's strike messed it up, so the
Yeah.
second season was only half as long. It was like
Yeah,
11
exactly. And it
episodes.
went super fast and wrapped up in like 5 episodes.
Yeah, I texted you. I said, "Well, how do we make this one character get here? Like, let's just have him in the road, and they'll drive up on him." Brilliant.
Excellent idea.
That takes care of that. But like, I've been having a problem lately. I'm like, you know, they keep doing all these reveals, like, "Oh, you're actually related," or "Oh, this one is not dead," and there's so much time travel nonsense.
Yeah.
But I
which
mean,
is sad because you like, what's his name? Hero? Is that his name?
yeah. But if the other guy's doing it too, the Peter guy's doing it too.
Right.
Peter Petrelli.
Peter Petrelli.
That was funny when he was in a different person's body, dude, and sees, I don't know if you know that part, but he's like in another person's body in prison in the place, and he's going, "You don't understand, I'm Peter Petrelli! You gotta let me out, I'm Peter Petrelli!"
What's the name of that actor?
Milo Ventimiglia.
Milo, yeah,
I don't know I don't know how to say it. And then Zachary Quinto, like you said, Siler.
That's the greatest thing we got from Heroes was it gave us Zachary Quinto.
And Hayden Panettiere, but she's kind of out
well,
there
Hayden,
now.
she was already on her way up though. I mean, for the most part.
Allie Larder's in it too a lot.
Yep.
She keeps playing different characters.
Jesus. You're giving me PTSD remembering this show.
Well, they just
and what it
brought
put
they
me
just
through.
they,
because I was so blown away in 2006.
they
to
just
2010.
revealed that the Petrelli father did not commit suicide, and he's been alive orchestrating things the whole time.
Oh god, yeah. Now you're getting into the
Season 3, dude.
yeah, dude. Now you're
You don't even know. You don't even know.
You're right. I don't.
the
I don't think anybody knew.
The Matt Parkman guy's in Africa going on a spirit quest, but I'm like, how did he get here? That's what I was trying to tell. It's like I keep feeling like I missed an episode or something. It's like, did I skip ahead? Did I have to go back and watch it?
Oh, it's on Peacock, correct? The series is on Peacock.
It's on Prime too.
Oh, it's on Prime. Okay.
I've been watching that on Prime.
That's cool. Like I said, it was that first season. I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest seasons of television that I've seen in my life. Quickly followed by some of the worst seasons of television
Just going
I've ever seen in my
boom.
life. Yeah,
it's not
just-
like Game of Thrones where it waited till the last to go boom.
No. Speaking of which, I got into an interesting discussion with Kush today about Yellowjackets.
Oh, I watched that.
I know you watched the season
I was
finale.
really that was a contra as opposed to Daredevil. This was a very exciting season finale.
So
And I think it's been a good season overall. A lot has happened this season.
I'm not down with this season as much, honestly. There's just been too much. I mean, again, it's almost the word that comes to mind is chaotic. I'm talking about the present and future timelines that they're showing. I'm trying to think of some of the points we were trying to make for this season. It got too weird with that supernatural shit. I feel like what it's trying to do.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's fine. This is my opinion. What I think it's trying to do, I think it's trying to be like that first season of Lost.
I haven't watched any Lost.
Okay. Well, in the series Lost, in the first season, you really don't know what's going on. There's weird shit happening. You're not sure if it's supernatural or if there isn't a natural explanation for it. You don't know. So you come back to keep saying, what is this thing down in the tree tunnel hole that they keep going into in the woods? And, what is all this stuff? And see, the thing with Lost is they explain that as you go through what everything is, all the weird shit they hear and see.
Well, what hasn't been explained?
Again, like the whole Joel McHale storyline, that makes no sense to me. These three people just randomly appear. These kids have been in these woods for over a year.
They
They
going to
burned their
the
cabin.
Frogs.
They burned their
Those
cabin.
three people were going to the frogs. It's got nothing to do with the girls.
But I'm saying Joel McHale seemed like he'd been there. Seemed like he
No,
goes there.
why do you think that?
Because that's
There's
how
no-
I interpreted it.
There's no. Well, I know what has led you to believe that.
Okay, I mean, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I'm just talking about the discussion we had.
Okay, I
know?
know. I'm asking, like I always do. I ask you to provide evidence for the claims you make.
Well, again, I didn't understand the Joel McHale part of the story unless it wraps up tonight. Today's
It's
show.
pretty much already wrapped up. He was a guide that these two people hired to take him to the frog
He
place.
specifically said that he knew that area of woods, though. They had a discussion about it.
I'm sure that's why they hired him.
Okay, so follow me here. It's been over a year. Okay, and this guy acted like he does this all the time. Would you agree?
I'm sure.
Joel McHale?
Yes, as a woods guide.
Okay, fine. So what I'm saying is these
You think
girls
he
have
has
been
been
crashed.
there?
It didn't make any sense to me.
No, he hadn't been there for a while.
Again,
The woods are
how he
huge,
talked.
dude. The
I
woods
understand
are
the woods are
huge.
huge, dude, but you burn a cabin in the middle of the woods, it's a pretty big signal fire. I mean, it's like lighting the fires of Gondor. I mean, it's
not
pretty
really
bright
Forest
in the
fires happen all the time, and even at the, I don't know, dude.
again. And then, okay, so there's that. And then there's also the kind of the Elijah Wood storyline.
That's
In the
another
present?
tangential one that has nothing to do with the main story stuff.
I'm saying that's my problem is the
You're
stuff.
paying too much. You're paying too much attention to the peripheral stuff.
Well, and
You're,
because the show is attracting me to it, making me feel like it's an important part.
it's called
of the
it's
plot.
called a red herring.
I mean,
You're the mark.
I don't
Zip.
like watching an entire show of red herrings.
It's
is what I'm
not
saying.
though. You have what's the strange
Okay, all
interpretation.
right. Now you're on this bust my balls
It?
campaign. I'm not even going to finish.
It's just a weird take.
Discussing
It's
it
just
with
a
you.
weird take. I can't help you.
Well, you don't need to fucking help me. I'm just giving my opinion of the show. Pretty plain and simple.
I know, but when you don't have anything to base it on,
I gave you examples. You won't accept them as examples, so there's
I
no
said
point
there's
talking
nothing
to you.
to it.
Again, this guy shows up with these two people. No precursor. No, like there's
They were going to find the special frogs that come out to mate.
I understand that, and I got it.
Okay.
I got it. I'm just saying that it.
And they didn't know the people were there. They
Oh, my
heard
God.
them and chanced upon them after they were at their camp.
That's what I'm saying. That's just, you don't find that a little bit kind of. It's kind of fucking lazy, you know. No.
Sure, I guess.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's
Not
like it's
really.
Not
There's
really,
frogs that they're
it's
there
like they're
for.
throwing shit in
the
the
mating
show to fill
frogs,
plot holes.
the mating frogs that they hear screaming in the woods. It makes sense. See, it's
I
not
don't think
supernatural.
so.
It's logical.
I don't think so.
Why would scientists be studying this in the same place these girls are? That doesn't make any sense.
No, that's not what doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense is that if they're studying these frogs that are so fucking special and so hard to get to, and you've got a guy in Joel McHale that acts like he does this shit. I don't care what you fucking say. He acts like he's does this like every weekend. That's the impression I got from him.
Does
in this
what?
part of the
Does
woods.
what?
Takes people and guides them in the woods as a guide, as a wilderness guide. I mean, people do that for a fucking job, dude. It's a real job.
Yes, and what's strange about that?
That he is again in this part of the woods where we've had cabins burning and they've been fucking each other and they scream and they dance and nobody heard anything. Nobody saw anything. Nobody knew anything. Nobody did anything about it.
I don't know, dude. That's a very odd take about how he's supposed to know everything that's happening in these woods.
I'm not saying he
Because
was
he
supposed to
claims to
know
be a
what was
guide.
happening. I was explaining that it's just felt kind of thrown in there because they were like, okay, how are we going to get him home?
That's not.
We
how
gotta
they're-
figure out how we
that's
get him
not how they're
home.
getting him home.
Well, again, I that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking off not seeing the finale. I may
The
change my
girl,
opinion
the girl.
completely.
No, I mean even where you're at though, the girl that was introduced with them, the scientist, has the tape. The tape was the whole evidence that got to Shauna and everything.
So what about the? And again, I don't know because I haven't watched the finale.
I know.
But the female that was the female scientist that killed.
Hannah, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
What about her? She didn't make it back.
Okay. Again,
That's
I'm
her
gonna
daughter-
have to watch it.
Her daughter is the one that's with
Right.
the one girl.
Hillary
yeah.
Swank,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, right. Which, again,
And here's the part you find out in this episode that the letter Hillary Swank wrote was there that explained everything, that she was sorry and all this stuff. All these bad things that have been the spirits or other people's not.
well, again, like I said, seeing a finale can sometimes wrap things up.
Well,
for
sure,
you,
yeah.
And maybe that's my problem is there's too many unanswered questions and
I know.
worry about them answering them all.
Okay, that's why I was just hoping those would be the ones that you asked instead of ones like, why does the guy not know these
mean, I
people
don't-
are out here?
No, I don't get. Again, that felt it felt thrown in to me. I mean, it just felt forced. That oh, okay, well, they just happens to be these two scientists in the force, and they just happen to be with Joel McHale, who's a survivalist, and they just happen to be in the area of the woods where the girls are, and up to that point, it's like alive. It's like there's no
You saw him get killed.
civilization
You saw him get
sight.
killed in the last episode, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But that's, again,
Well, you keep acting.
what's the point of him being there? What did he add to anything?
Now that's a different take. I thought you were mad that he was there. And
No, I
didn't-
said I was mad that he was just thrown in. There was no exposition of why.
Yeah, there was. They had their whole tent and everything and
All
doing the
right.
frogs.
Anyway,
Makes
so
a lot
that's-
more sense than Siler just showing up on the road without
Okay.
explanation.
Again, I don't agree.
Well-
I don't agree with that. So-
I know we can agree to disagree, but I mean, you just can be wrong, like you always are.
You're never wrong. So
well, I know I'm plenty wrong.
Oh, you're never wrong.
But
You know
I'd like
that.
to weigh the
we've
evidence.
we've had this
Weigh
discussion.
the
I'm not
evidence
doing it.
versus the claims.
I'm not doing it. We've had this argument. I'm not doing it. You always think you're right, no matter what anybody says. Let's move on.
But it's entertaining, I think.
Okay, good.
For everyone to see
I'm
you
glad
be
that you're
stubborn
entertained. I'm
and
not
not-
being stubborn.
Yeah,
I'm
you
giving my
are.
opinion, and you're saying I'm wrong.
Well, I'm saying your opinion doesn't
As,
make
as
any
if an
sense.
opinion can be fucking wrong.
It
Just
can.
goes to show how fucking
You know, some
convoluted
people
you
have
are.
opinions like the Earth is flat. Is that not
Oh,
wrong?
see, you brought this shit up the last. I mean, again, I don't know what your whole idea is with this flat Earth shit. You've been
No, well,
talking
you just
about.
said opinions can't be wrong. Is that not an incorrect opinion to have?
I'm not getting into this.
N-
Yes, it is. Yeah.
See, so opinions.
But we're talking about
so-
television
so
shows
opinions-
versus the fucking shape
so
of the Earth.
opinions can be wrong. In fact,
Can
you agree with that?
How do you determine?
you agree with
How do you
that?
determine which opinion's wrong?
Well, I'm not saying
How do you determine that?
by studying it and looking at
By
the
studying it
evidence.
and looking at it. So you studied Yellowjackets, have you? You studied the episodes? You
No,
know
I
what they're
studied the
talking
Earth,
about?
the flat Earth. We're,
Okay, now you're talking about two different things.
No, you started. We're going on. Can opinions be wrong?
Okay, and I said, yes, they
No,
can
you
be.
didn't. You said opinions can't be
When
wrong.
you said-
that's where you
when you-
started. That's what just started this whole thing. You went, it's an opinion. It can't be incorrect.
Dude,
it can't be wrong. And then I said, well, what about people that have the
You
opinion?
just don't even. You
the flat
overtalk
Earth?
people, and that's what you do.
Is that
you
what I'm
overtalk
doing?
people. Yeah, you overtalk people, and
Well, you just
until
changed what
just-
you said.
You just gaslight the fuck out of them until they just don't want to
You
say anything
said
anymore.
it, and you didn't say it.
You asked me, is that a wrong opinion of the Earth being
No,
flat?
you
And I said,
you
yes.
said you cannot have an incorrect opinion. You said
I said
opinions
how?
cannot be
I
wrong.
said how can an opinion be wrong?
There you go. And I said, well, yeah. You
Okay,
can have
again,
a wrong opinion of
Maybe
things.
we're getting into semantics and wording and shit because you just hate being wrong
No.
or even insinuating that you're wrong.
Well, I just don't like you saying
and you've
things.
always been that way.
You can't say things that are obviously false.
What?
You can't say opinions can't be wrong.
Again, my opinion on a television show that really doesn't have any of this
That's not what you
fucking
said.
research
You didn't say
you're
that.
talking
You
about that you
didn't
have to have
say-
for an accurate opinion.
You didn't say my-
okay?
you
and
didn't
I'm
say-
saying my opinion, it may not be your opinion, but that doesn't mean it's a wrong opinion. Are you telling me nobody else questioned Joel McHale's fucking appearance
No.
in that fucking show?
I'm saying there's a difference between saying your opinions on TV shows cannot be incorrect than your opinions.
Okay,
cannot be
Christian.
incorrect.
Fine.
There you go.
Okay, are you happy?
Very.
Your opinion on fucking TV shows can be wrong or right. Jesus Christ.
No, it can't be wrong because it's your opinion. It's based on what you like.
Did
and
you watch
whatnot.
anything else?
No, just Heroes, I think.
Oh, always making it easy for me. All right. Let us know what you watched in the comments, and let's get into the news. So we have been hearing more and more about the casting for Avengers Doomsday. There have been more people added to the cast since we had our big cast announcement last week. We now know that Alan Cumming is returning as Nightcrawler. You can see him there on your screen. Apparently, I heard it now takes 90 minutes to do his Nightcrawler makeup, where it took 4.5 hours for X2.
Progress.
I
dude.
found that interesting.
Technology and makeup. It's not as hard as it used to be.
Yeah, true. So one person we know that will not be joining Alan Cumming in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday is Storm,
Halle Berry.
who portrayed the character for 4 movies, I think, or maybe 5. She might have had a cameo in one of them. I can't remember. But this has bummed some fans out because she's a fan favorite, obviously. Been with the franchise for a long time.
They need to get the cartoon version.
Like in the white suit, you mean?
I just meant that actress and everything.
I'm sure she's quite old at this point.
I know. I'm just saying, like, maybe we can make a new one. We'll CGI it.
I thought she did a great job in Days of Future Past. I was digging short-haired
To all our viewers watching right now, the chat is so dry right now with no one speaking.
Oh, it's dry as a bone.
This is one of our best streams we've done. We've had the most amount of viewers we've ever had.
Chat it up. Tell us something. All right. What do you think about Halle Berry not being in Avengers Doomsday?
That's too bad. Everybody likes her as Storm.
It's unfortunate. So we will keep you apprised of the casting going on with the film as we hear about it. But unfortunately, no Halle on this one. And it's funny, Alan Cumming was just kind of super blown away and surprised that this opportunity even came around.
Well, it's not like Nightcrawler was in it that much.
Well, I mean, not they definitely underutilized him. I won't deny that. But I love it. I love they're going back to movies because they did have. It's because we don't have these canned pancakes.
You're under school predators, dude.
Apparently, your dad says they're not chatting because they don't have the canned pancakes.
Well, you
So,
can't expect chat without pancakes.
Yeah, pancakes
It's like
are good.
that kid in that movie with the cabin fever, dude. Pancakes.
Pancakes.
He does that karate demo, dude.
Oh, and
It's
what a demo it was.
Better than
You know?
anything Mac
Yeah,
ever did on Always Sunny.
That's
It's
true.
like, dude, if you're gonna do karate, I mean, at least take one less.
I'd rather Alan leaving than coming. That's great. Thank you, Voids.
Coming and going. He's on that new show, Trader, on Peacock, dude.
Who,
I guess
Alan
there's like
Cumming?
three seasons or something.
Last I heard, he was on like that Clue game show.
That's what I'm
type
talking about.
bullshit.
Trader. It's called
okay.
Trader, dude. Trader
Yeah.
Joe's. Traders.
I think it's Traitor,
I
isn't it?
know.
Not Trader.
Trader.
Traitor.
Traitor.
Traitor Jones.
Traitorians. Trader
All
Joe's.
right.
Joe's, not Jones.
Did I say Jones?
I thought I heard Jones.
Jones. I don't know, Jones. I don't know.
JW.
Yeah, J-Dub.
Jonesy.
That's what I think of. Okay.
Isn't it nuts? I'm back. I'm Nightcrawler. Who would have thought? I never would have thought you had been a Nightcrawler to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Always a strange
Good point.
choice to me.
Well, he was kind of hot at the time. He'd just done Goldeneye and all that stuff, and I can see it. I mean, I don't think he did that bad a job. I think it was better than that kid that played him.
I want a real German to play him, dude. I want representation. A real German demon.
German demon.
Ex-circus performer with a tail.
Oh, speaking of circus performers, Mickey Rourke was in the news this week.
He's on UK
my
Celebrity Big
God.
Brother, dude. Did you ever
Yes.
watch Big Brother?
No.
I don't understand how it works either. I've never seen it either. I guess they all live in a house with cameras everywhere.
They all live in a house together, but I have no idea how.
There's elimination tonight.
Okay, see,
There's
I have no idea. How
I
that
read that there's like 2 or 3 people up for elimination tonight, and he's one of them.
Okay, yeah, because he made homophobic slurs toward JoJo Siwa, who is, I guess, is a young pop
Did you watch
singer.
the clip? And we made fun of her that one time. Remember, she was back and dancing, and she's a lesbian.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
You
yeah.
talked about her
Oh,
hairbow.
is that her?
Her hairbow
the
empire.
bow girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought you knew this. I was like, he knows
My
about
bad.
JoJo Siwa because of the hair bows.
My bad.
My bad, JoJo. Don't get mad at me. Respect.
We know you're deep
But
in the
anyway,
streets.
Mickey Rourke was just like, yeah, if I got to vote somebody out, I'll probably kick out the lesbian.
Oh, God.
And they're like, you can't say that. But I'm like, why can't he say that? That seems like a fine thing to say.
Yeah, but what did he say after that?
He said, I'm looking for a F word, like the word for cigarette in London or whatever.
Yes,
You
the
can't-
F word.
now that you-
not that F word.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
And then somebody like, he knows what he's doing. He's
No, but he got there.
Well,
he-
now I'm seeing they're saying he's not asking for a cigarette. He knows what he's in.
It's the funniest story.
It would've
makes
been
me want
funny.
to watch the
It would
show.
have been funny if somebody gave him one. Like, here you go, man. Like, no, I'm talking about her. I don't like her. But it's like, does Mickey Rourke just not like gay people or something?
I mean, I think he's probably got so much brain damage from heroin use that he probably doesn't. He probably his filter broke.
Probably talks to God, and God's like, no. Apparently, he also is talking about like I had to take out a $500,000 loan just to pay my bills, and I googled it and said he's worth $5 million. I don't know how accurate that is or not.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate that is at all.
I just thought it was funny.
I don't know about all that, Mickey. Whew, buddy, all our best to you.
You know, this reminds me of another reality show that I watched this week that was terrible.
What you got?
It's a new one on Netflix. It's based, I guess, off a web series, YouTube show, something called Pop the Balloon. Have you heard of this?
Pop the Balloon.
Dating stuff.
Sam, have you heard of this? Pop the Balloon?
You have a line of people with balloons, and
No,
they
I don't
pop
know.
it, dude, if they don't like the bachelor or the single person, the contestant. And they're like, nope, I don't like it. Pop.
And they're eliminated?
They're like, we'll find another person. Hopefully we'll find somebody that they don't pop their balloon. Like, you don't want them, like, it's like just about trying to find somebody to date or something, but it's funny.
It's a dating thing.
Yeah,
I
so
must have missed that part.
Yeah, so there's
Sorry.
like 10 people standing out there with their balloons, and then they introduce the single person who's in trying to find a date or something, you know. And based on how they look at first, you can pop it. Based on how they answer their questions, you can pop it anytime you want, dude.
Do people get scared when it?
Yes, that's the best part, dude. It's the most stressful thing because it just comes out of nowhere sometimes,
You're
dude.
like sitting there like,
It's like, oh,
goddamn, it scared me, goddamn.
that's the best part about it, dude. I haven't. Other than that, it's pretty
damn
stupid.
funny.
The first guy they had on was that reality show guy, Johnny Bananas, dude.
Yeah.
He didn't take it seriously, I don't think. I bet the producers were pissed at him afterwards because he came out like holding the plant and creeping out, and everybody's just like pop, 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 pop.
Oh,
pop.
Jesus.
And they're like, did you even take this seriously or anything? No.
Of course not.
I got paid and I'm going home now.
Exactly. That's all. I did what I came here to do.
Yeah, probably won't have you back on the Netflix specials.
Oh, man, that was funny.
Yeah, dude, it scares.
So, according to Deadline, when Rourke first came into the house, he approached JoJo Siwa. I guess they were all kind of meeting each other.
I saw it in that clip. If that's what you're talking about that. If I say that,
Is there a clip?
yeah, you didn't watch that
Okay,
clip. Of
apparently-
course, they put it all in a big clip.
Is there a clip in
It's
here?
like 5 minutes long where you see him and he's like, yeah.
I want to see it. I see
You
it.
didn't see
I'm
it.
definitely
No, I
not
didn't.
sitting over here watching Space Jam.
I was listening to that song today. Work that body, work that. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. Now dance, son, dance, sucker. Say hoop, sucker, hoop, sucker. Welcome to the slam. You can take a jam.
Which one is it, you think?
The actual clip was like a couple minutes long.
Do we have the actual clip?
What's good? Scroll up. What was that top one? That looks like it right there.
Okay. We'll try this one.
Yeah, where's it? I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Where's the signal?
Well, let's go on a journey.
And he goes, "What do you like,
So do you
boys
like
or girls?"
Boys?
Me?
See,
Girls.
I know. I can tell.
I could tell. I could tell you
My
like the girls.
partner is
I'm like a rock.
non-binary. That's the vape smoke room.
That's the vape smoke room, dude. Can't even smoke in the Big
Look
Brother
at him.
house.
God.
Just think, in 4 days, we'll never see each other again. Four days?
Nah, babe.
I'm trying to
Shit.
last 4 days.
So I guess this was Monday because elimination
If I
is
stay
tonight.
longer than 4 days,
God.
Oh, he said something about like I'll tie you up, and some people were like, "You can't say like it's like, are you gonna rape her and make her not gay?" I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
People take it too far.
I don't know. Yeah, he looks like shit.
He does how I do TV.
So yeah, it's a Mickey
And then
Rourke.
that's where he That's where he says he has to get that loan because he talks about 2 years.
Yeah,
doing it.
Oh, is this the loan?
And then you had all the strikes, did you?
Yeah,
Not long
yeah.
ago.
Is that Jack?
No.
I don't
What was
know
your
anybody
opinions
else
on
is
that?
on the show. I haven't
2
looked
years of
into it.
COVID, and then a 7-month actor strike. I had to borrow $500,000 from the bank to get
Imagine
by.
giving Mickey Rourke the loan
I
like
can't.
that.
I can't imagine giving Mickey Rourke anything.
I wouldn't even loan you
I can't
50
imagine.
bucks, Mickey.
I can't imagine giving Mickey Rourke a movie role.
A 5 spot, dude. Get out of here, Mickey. Mick, cut me.
Cut me, Mick. Oh man. Anyway, who knows? He'll get eliminated or whatever the hell they do on that show. I
He
don't
did
watch it.
apologize and everything.
He did apologize, you know, and I think Mickey Rourke, he's just kind of old school, you know.
Hopefully he doesn't hate gay people.
I
Well, I'm just saying hating groups of people like that.
no,
is not a
I
good
know what
thing.
you're saying. I'm saying it's like your grandfather trying to explain it to your grandfather.
Well, I'm
I
just
think-
saying he should know. You'd think the life he led, he wouldn't
Well,
have beliefs like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think he started off with like the swagger.
Oh, you're
and
saying
then
it's the brain
quickly
damage?
turned around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's got brain damage. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what's wrong with the country, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of brain damage going around. So we'll see if Mickey gets kicked out of the house tonight. And JoJo wasn't happy, but like Christian said, he did
I wonder if the
apologize.
public votes. That'd be funny if the public gets to vote for him.
I feel like that's what is this a show?
It's
See,
Big
I didn't
Brother.
even know
Big
that
Brother
it was
a big
still
one.
on.
Yeah, that's still going, dude.
I mean, and
It's just like
especially the
Survivor.
celebrity one.
It's just like Survivor.
Yeah, but I still
It
hear about
goes and
Survivor.
goes and goes. Well, over there, Big Brother's always been big over there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
It's
that
like,
makes
it's
sense.
like weakest link over there, dude. Goodbye.
We've had
God, we were talking about that
21
woman the
active
other day.
viewers on this.
Huh?
We've had 21 active viewers on this stream.
Woo! Yeehaw! All right. So Mickey Rourke.
So Mickey, what?
I'm thinking of Mickey 17.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson is making some Batman fans nervous because it was recently revealed that he has joined Dune 3.
He's gonna be Atreus.
I don't know who
What are their names?
is that for real.
I made
I
that-
don't,
I made
I don't
that
know.
up.
I don't know who he's going to be.
The House of Sand, Harkonnen. There we go.
Something.
Something like that.
Yeah. So yeah. So now people are worried about another pushback on the Batman Part 2.
Well, what's the status of the script? we have a
That's what
script
I asked.
yet?
I was like, I thought that's what we were waiting on was the fucking script. Isn't that what we were waiting on? Is it done?
Seems like Pattinson should be able to do whatever he wants until we get the script done.
Well, the story does go on to say that Warner Brothers did consider that he would be able to do both, like with the filming schedules, because I guess they're both Warner Brothers pictures.
Sure.
So
I wonder if they got a contract with him, dude. They own the patty.
they own the Pattinson.
They got a patent on the Pattinson. That's patented, Pattinson.
Patented Pattinson. Again,
Oh, he's in the Knoll of the Odyssey, too. That's cool.
yeah, he got cast in that.
I heard that's looking good, too.
Here's what we know. According to Robert Pattinson, he has previously said that the Batman 2 will go into production at the end of this year. Now, a new report suggests that because of Dune 3, that will be pushed back more, and it could be 2028 before we see the Batman Part 2.
I mean, whatever it takes.
Oh, that's a lot.
I don't.
That's a long time.
We got
I'll
other stuff.
be graduating.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Pattinson, I mean, how fucking old's he going to be by then? You know, he's going to probably start showing signs, I would imagine, at some point.
Like, some gray hair or some dementia.
Yeah, something.
What kind of age-related symptoms are we talking
I
about?
don't know. You're leaving? Yeah. Okay.
Later, dude.
Are you leaving? No. Okay, you're just leaving the room? Okay.
Sam has left the room.
Sam has left the building.
No, the room.
Christian, you want to watch a funny clip?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. That last one you were showing me wasn't that funny. That guy in the courtroom. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't that funny.
That was a big clip. If you look up look at like top 5 moments from that,
Darnell Brooks.
yeah,
Courtroom shenanigans.
Yeah, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Christian sent me this, and we'll talk about it here.
Oh,
after
my
we play
brother
it.
sent it to me. I don't know the
Protests
story
gone
behind
wrong.
it. My brother Jesse sent this to me, dude. He wanted me to show it to my dad, so maybe Dad's watching and can see it on here.
I don't know.
You got to read that shirt. What's that shirt say?
Oh!
The funny part is the shirt the guy has on, dude.
The funny part is what?
The shirt he has on that says, I am the weapon.
I am the weapon.
The screaming.
He's a lethal weapon.
The screaming's pretty
So I
funny,
don't
too.
understand. What's the woman screaming about?
I'm saying I don't know the story behind the clip. I didn't go further into the comments or anything.
Slaps the ever-loving shit out of her.
It's not cool, dude.
Oh, man. No, it's not cool.
Maybe she was screaming his wife's name.
Jesus.
You keep the weapon's wife's name out of your mucking mouth.
The weapons. You said you were going to get me that shirt, so I wear it around.
I got this shirt at the Franz concert, dude. Franz. I also got a scarf, too.
Nice. A scarf?
Yeah, my second concert scarf I've ever gotten.
What was the first one?
Death from Above. It was also in Washington, D.C. Maybe there's something
What's up with the scarves in Washington? They just about them?
I don't know, dude. D.C.
About it.
D.C., y'all. It's cold, too, man. When's it going to get warm?
Yeah, dude. I'm so tired.
I don't like these April snow shits. They're going to freeze the Mayflowers.
She points at him and says, I need your help, sir. He helped her, all right. He slapped the piss out of her mouth. You look, I have no idea what the debate was, what they were arguing. I don't know any of that. I don't care.
It's funny, but it's not a way to handle things.
Exactly. It's
like Will Smith.
I mean, exactly right. And I told Christian, I said, this is about the funniest slap since Will slapped Chris Rock.
And that other one, remember that one? How Can She Slap? That was a classic.
That's
one.
what it's labeled as on my stream deck is How Can She Slap?
This one, how can
he slap?
How can the weapon
How can
slap?
he slap? Wow, that's
Doesn't
too
he
many
know,
words.
dude?
So.
He's a licensed weapon, dude. He's like Lethal Black. I mean, Blackman, not Lethal Blackman.
Lethal Blackman. I could totally see how you would get that confused in the words of it.
That was my
Steve
dyslexia.
Blackman, Lethal Weapon.
Made me sound like a racist person. What was else I saw something they were talking about? He grabbed the black gun. They're like, why's it got to be a black gun?
Oh my God, come on. Jesus.
That's kind of like the Power Rangers story.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that for sure. Last of Us Season 2 is coming up. Are you excited, Christian?
I suppose. I don't know. It's probably not. They say it's not going to be as good.
Yeah? Were you not into that show?
Well, I mean, I know the story, so.
I don't think it's going off the video games, is it?
Yeah, it has, yes.
Well, there have only been 2 games.
Yeah, and it's not going past the game. It's splitting up the second game into multiple seasons. It says.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And since and you know the second game has like 2 point of views,
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Is that how they're going to do this season? You think?
That's what I mean. It's gonna be interesting to see. That's why it's not gonna be as good as the direct point of views we had in the first season.
That makes sense.
But of course, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, for sure. Before The Last of Us Season 2 comes out, it has already been renewed for Season 3.
Do you remember when Season 1 came out? It feels like that one's been a while, too.
2020, I want to say. Like, it was one of the...
Jeez. We saw the Hives in D.C. in 2023, dude. Not 2024, 2023.
Wow.
Time's a-flowing.
That's some time.
Oh, you know what I was thinking, though, dude? I would love for the Hives and Franz to form a super group together.
The Hives and Franz?
Yeah.
Wow, that would be quite the group.
A lot of jumping.
Yeah, a lot of fucking jumping all over the stage. It doesn't say here when that first season came out, but I'm pretty sure it was...
A year or 2 ago.
It was it's definitely been a couple years. So it was renewed for a 3rd season before the 2nd season even started. And I think this just goes to show the power of IPs.
Well, it's like they said, they said The Last of Us would cover the second game across multiple seasons.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. It seems
Yeah.
like they already knew it was renewed.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But usually, and I mean, again, I know with the way things have changed drastically in the television world, but normally they kind of wait to see how a season does, before they're like, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the third one. Yeah, you're good. But not with this. They're like, no, go ahead and get started.
Not with
let's not waste any time.
Chernobyl guy.
Let's not waste any time.
They probably ironed out that deal when they signed him up for this,
Probably. All right.
Chernobyl. It's Chernobyl, dude. What's it got in it?
Chernobyl.
Nitrotriminium or
Nitroglycerins. I know it's not even legal here.
Oh, dang.
It's one thing.
I need to watch that. That's a good
We got a first look here at the new Predator animated film.
I saw people complaining about the animation style.
Of course they are. They can't not complain about it. Come on. I think it looks great.
Sure. But there's a lot of animated stuff I need to watch on my list.
Yeah. I think this is great.
Devil May Cry got renewed for season 2.
Oh, yeah? Sweet.
It looks like it goes through different ages.
Yeah.
Of the greatest warriors, the Predator hunts down. This isn't the one that is like from the Predator point of view, is it?
No. I don't think so. I think that's the new one they're coming at, like the movie.
Is that the Badlands?
Yeah, the
Did they have a
Badlands.
trailer for that out
I don't
yet?
think I've seen that yet, no.
It's also a Bruce Springsteen song. Badlands!
Oh. This looks wild. I'm not going to lie. I love anything Predator. What do you guys think? How do you think it looks? Tell us in the comments.
I like that Predator noise, dude. You need to put that on the soundbird. Soundbird.
On the soundbird.
Fire up that soundbird.
Get the soundbird out.
I was going to call Aaron a TT Bird tonight if he was here.
I didn't get that one. That seemed a little unnecessary to me.
It's like Daredevil with his baton, dude, just sticking
Yeah,
it
it's
through
like-
people.
Not only am I going to wreck your plane, but I'm also going to, throw you the looks like a PS2 game.
I started watching the game night movie when I was at Lawson's, and I forgot that the Jason Bateman's brother was played by the guy that's going to be one of the Green Lanterns.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy from the King Kong Monsterverse stuff.
Yep. Anyway, Predator Killer of Killers is going to debut
It should be called Killer Be
June
Killed,
6th
dude.
on Hulu. And again, it looks pretty cool to me. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm sure Christian will check it out as well. But that was a
Thumbs
kick-ass
up.
trailer. So, I mean, it looks like a PS2 game. It's an anime thing. I mean, it's Voids.
Speaking of, did you see that 16-bit Annihilus Cosmic War, Secret Wars, Cosmic something?
No.
It's like some Marvel game that looks like a beat 'em up, 16-bit looking, like a Super Nintendo.
No, I haven't seen this at all. When did you see this?
It's recently.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. No, I haven't seen it.
Because I was watching, I was like, is this a TV show? And I was like, oh, no, this is clearly a game.
Yeah.
And it looked like
All
the bad guy
right.
was a nihilist, dude. I got to paint a nihilist. I've been painting some of those people. Who's this? Oh, I know who it is.
You don't know who this is? I mean, come on.
I thought it was Bunny Holmes.
Nope.
One of our
nope.
local. I thought this was a WSAZ mugshot.
Local.
She looks like a local dude.
Oh,
She just got down.
poor Tammy Sitch.
She-
Is what she used to look like.
She fell down the holler.
This is what she looks like now. She was in court and was ordered to pay $5 million in the DUI case against her. I guess she killed someone, right? I think.
Caused injuries leading to their death.
Yeah. So she
She had sunny days, and now she's got DUI days. Causing death. I was trying to think of the name for the worst possible days.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, man. Lord have mercy.
Dios de la muertos tronque.
Tammy Sitch. Poor
If she
darling.
got $5 million, maybe she can get it from Mickey Rourke if he's still worth $5 million.
You still got that loan money left.
She'll use her body on him, dude.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if that would work anymore.
Picture them rubbing bodies against each other, dude. Mickey's tanned hide against that sunny skin.
God, it probably is a hide. I imagine it being some type of leather.
Oh, I've been playing that Spider-Man 2 game.
Yeah,
And
I thought you were almost done beating it. What happened?
No, that was Miles Morales. I beat that one.
Okay.
And then I started Spider-Man 2.
All right.
And it's a long game, dude. I'm like maybe 60, 70% through.
Yeah.
Venom came out and beat somebody. I'm not going to say, but the point I was going to say was, Howard and the Pigeons. We talked about him before years ago.
Oh, about the pigeon shitting on him?
No, in the game, there's a guy named Howard, and you have to catch his pigeons as Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. We talked about it. Yeah,
And
okay. Yeah.
he dies in the game in number 2.
Jesus! Oh, my God. How does he die? Does somebody kill him?
No, it's all peaceful and nice. Like you meet him on the docks, dude, and he's like, look over there. Look at that ship. This is my history and everything. He's like, I want you to find a home for my birds. And then you come back, and he's passed away, dude. He's in the ambulance and everything. But, yeah, dude, I was like, holy shit.
That is horrible. That is nightmarish. I can't believe they would put kids through that.
That is some long-term storytelling, dude, through multiple games. I mean,
multiple games.
Howard.
Yeah.
Howard and NYC.
I thought you were referring to our friend Howard and when the bird shit on him.
No.
Like,
Howard's down in Florida, though.
2 times in 1 week.
He's like a master of mechanics now, dude.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to our boy.
He's like Siler with an ability of the clocks, and it gives him a hunger. I'm still on the heroes. That doesn't make any sense to
It
me
makes
either.
no
dude.
sense at all. But I got something that make even less sense.
But Peter got the power, too, now, and so he has the hunger.
Yeah.
like-
Yes, I remember.
Dude, it's like in Sunny when
I'm telling you, you're bringing back these repressed memories.
Frank fed him human meat, and they get the hunger, dude. Nothing satisfies them.
I'm actually remember that episode.
I just watched him the other day, dude.
Oh, that's such a good
I've
one.
been watching
Such a
Sunny
good
while
one.
I play Spider-Man. I get the playlist.
That's
going.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
It's funny. Not that sunny.
Yeah, not that sunny. Yeah, not this sunny.
The Maniac Kid.
Not this sunny.
That's
not what she's talking about. You know what I forgot, Christian?
What is up? Oh, yikes. Whoa, gosh. I don't think I saw it from that angle. That's a good angle. Gosh, it's like he goes flying through him almost.
You like that? I got another angle. He goes straight vertical at one point. Straight vertical.
I like Carlito laying there, too.
Here, slow motion. I mean, Carlito, I got to say, Carlito sold the shit out of that.
I was watching Devon watching people take bumps today on his channel.
That is, I have never seen anyone, and I've been watching wrestling for many years now, spear someone from coming out of the curtain.
He's from a family of genetic freaks, though, dude. Scott Steiner posted on Twitter, dude, about who has a 25% chance of winning. And he's like, do we have to teach him about Steiner math, guys?
Oh.
You have 0% because you're afraid to even win. So you have no percent, and then I have this percent. But if you do that, the big boys play.
Anyway, yeah, that was a crazy spear from Braun Breaker onto Carlito. I guess they got a little thing with the, what do they call him? The Judgment Day?
Well, we need to make
So-
he'll be champion someday.
Oh, without a doubt. All right, moving right along. Let's talk about Linda McMahon.
About how she was at this meeting and she was talking about how schools were using AI, but she called it A1, like the steak sauce.
I didn't hear about this.
Gotta watch out for that A1, dude.
Oh, that A1 steak sauce will get you
Teaching
in
the
the
kids. Teaching the kids how to eat it.
Well, we knew it wouldn't be long before the newly appointed Secretary of Education would use her power to try to get rid of some of the dirty laundry.
Well, this just seems like regular rich people lawyer nonsense about, like, you know, they're trying to say, like, you know, no jurisdiction.
Yeah, they're trying to get it thrown out with technicalities. Is what they're trying to do.
Well, it's like because apparently they're being charged in this state of Maryland, maybe? Is that where it is?
Yeah, Maryland, yeah.
Because
that's right.
Maryland has, like, the law that doesn't, the statute of limitations kind of waives.
Right.
So they're like, well,
Right.
she doesn't even have anything to do with Maryland.
She's got nothing. That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. Look, it says right here, her only ties to Maryland were a wrestling license in 2004.
Yeah, so how dare you try to use Maryland laws
Horse
against me,
shit,
dude.
and an apartment rental in the early 1970s, man. Come on.
Just pay the fine,
God.
Linda. These people need a break.
Linda McMahon.
Come on.
Killing me. God, just pay it.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you
I
a
like
fucking
that.
sick maniac?
That GIF I shared of Chunk riding Falcor, dude, that big dog from Neverending Story, that big flying dog.
I remember him. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see if McMahon's plan works. Again,
What if Allie
it's
could
hard to
fly,
say
dude?
what's going to happen in this world anymore.
What if that dog could fly? That little dog. She'd be barking.
She can fly.
She would be flying and barking at everybody.
She says she flies in her dreams
Your dog says that?
to some red room with a red
Speaking
demon.
of, I don't know why your dog reminded me of Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. But maybe it was the part where she's going, where's that soundboard for that one? Because that's what
I got it. Hold on.
that's what Charlotte sounded like when she was imitating Tiffany's squeaky after.
That's Aaron's impression of Drizel from Willow.
Finn Rizal, dude.
Rizal. Sorry, I said Drizel. I don't
When I was driving, I drove through a town called Finzel, dude, and it made me think of that.
Finzel. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
But yeah, that was a terrible promo. Charlotte looks so weird too.
What? So I guess, and again, if you haven't heard about it, I guess Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton
Worked themselves into a shoot, yeah.
Yeah, apparently were taking personal shots at each other, went off script, and it got a little ugly.
Made fun of her having 3 failed marriages.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of funny. Especially the last film. It's a total failure. This led
She's
to...
just like her daddy.
This
And that's
led to
why
Charlotte...
She hates it.
Yeah, I know, because she's being now compared to her father. And I think that was Tiffany's point, was kind of to compare her to Rick, but who knows. But I guess then Charlotte in ring said something about Tiffany Stratton, who I guess is seeing Kaiser. This turned into a high school drama. Who's seeing dating Ludwig Kaiser, and said, "Is that why Ludwig's in my DMs?" Getting all saucy with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow." Charlotte brought the smoke.
She's got that go away heat, dude.
Yeah,
The crowd does not want to see her at WrestleMania.
dude, I could not agree more.
What's up with Kevin Owens? Is he hurt or something?
This could be a work. I'm not ruling out a work. Again,
I don't really know anything.
so
about
far
it.
they've got me. So here's what Kevin Owens. You saw. I mean, you saw what happened, right?
No,
You haven't. Okay.
he got injured in some way, like, or at
So
least
I
it
guess
looked like
he
it.
told us he comes out. First, it shows the commissioner of SmackDown, whoever the hell that is.
Aldis, not one of those
Yeah,
guys.
the one that you don't know.
I can
who
never
it
remember
is.
the other guy's name.
Yeah. He comes out and he's saying that there's going to be, it always sucks when you have to change something for WrestleMania, and then Kevin Owens' music hits. Kevin Owens comes down to the
Oh,
ring.
it says Adam Pierce right there. That's the other guy's
Adam
name.
Pierce is the Raw manager.
Yeah, I
right?
said the Aldis.
Yeah,
Nick Aldis.
the
and
other, the SmackDown
Adam Pierce.
manager.
Now I remember him. For now.
Anyway, so Owens comes out, gets in the ring, and begins to tell the crowd that he's been fighting a neck injury for months. Something he's just been trying to power through.
Yeah, I did read about that.
And unfortunately, he has to have neck surgery, meaning he will miss WrestleMania. Now, at WrestleMania, which is 20th?
Next week, yeah, April 20th.
Something like that.
420, it's Easter and 420 and WrestleMania weekend.
At WrestleMania, Kevin Owens was supposed to face Randy Orton. So he does all this. Again, there's no kind of smile behind the camera, there's none of that. So again, I think it's genuine. I think his neck's hurt, and he has to have surgery on it, and he can't make WrestleMania. Now,
let's hope he gets better, if it's the case.
At this point, Orton's music hits right as Owens is like climbing off the apron.
Oh no, he heard voices in his head.
Yeah, he's hearing the voices now.
They call to him?
And what happened was Randy Orton came down and they stood on the apron and kind of faced each other. And Orton let him go. And then went on to RKO, Aldous, whatever, in the middle of the ring. So now the question has become, who will Randy face at WrestleMania? Well, of course, the kayfabe is that he will face no one.
Stone Cold. No.
I don't think he could take Stone Cold.
You don't want to RKO that neck.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't want to hear that neck on the Stone Cold boy. He got a bad neck.
Boomhauer, dude.
Did you see that video of Stone Cold talking about his solid-ass cats?
Dude, there are so many. No, I haven't, but I've seen some of those
He's like,
videos.
hey, Poncho, that's a real solid-ass cat right there. Poncho, they want to see you on the internet. Get out of here. It's a real solid-ass cat, man.
Oh, Lordy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop the stream link so that way we can refer to it. And
I hope that guy comes on and tells us our channel shit.
yeah, the guy who said our channel shit, come up, please. Tell us more.
I don't want to see their face, dude. They better leave their camera off.
I don't want to leave their camera off.
I don't want to see them. That might I like, but you know what I look like. Mic working, default.
Mike's working.
Mute.
Geek's working. Yeah, we got it. We're good. All right. Where did I go? Oh, yeah, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. And we're going to throw this in the chat. So there's the StreamYard link in your chat.
Disco Stew doesn't advertise.
Who?
Disco Stew.
Disco Stew?
You know, from The Simpsons?
Yeah, I remember Disco Stew.
How could you forget?
All right, let's get into our main topics of the evening. There was really quite a crazy development in the world of science this past week, Christian.
Bullshit.
Bullshit? What do you mean bullshit?
I don't believe in science anymore.
You don't believe in science?
No.
She might have blinded you with science.
I tried to watch a video about those dire wolves, but Roosevelt kept barking at him, so I had to turn it off.
Oh, good
People
shit.
just editing DNA, dude. I preferred the woolly mice.
Yeah.
Did you see the woolly mammoth mice they made?
Woolly mammoth mice? No, I didn't.
Oh, those things are a lot cuter than the dire wolves.
Yeah.
They're-
So
they're
anyway,
like fluffy mice, dude. Mice with long hair.
Interesting. So the dire wolf. You remember the dire wolf from Game of Thrones, Christian?
And from history, yes.
Well, yeah. Guess you got me there. Yeah, they are from history, but apparently,
From the fossil record.
yeah, yeah, you got me there.
Their skulls are thicker and bigger than normal wolves. Apparently, they're not even actual wolves, but the genus of the
this
class,
is
phylum, order. I don't know.
I don't know either. So the dire wolf, and again, I did not know about the dire wolf until I kind of started digging into this story, if we're being honest. I guess they went extinct about 10,000 years ago. And what they did was they found DNA extracted from 2 fossils, as well as 20 edicts of the genetic code of a gray wolf, which is the species' closest living relative.
Yeah, it sounds like they just looked at the DNA they extracted and then edited some parts of the gray wolf's DNA to be more like the dire wolf.
The company is called Colossal, and apparently they have actually created several animals.
They call it de-extinction? Extinction?
Huh?
De-extinction, I think is what they're calling.
De-extinction. They're called as de-extinction company.
Some
Yeah.
people don't like it, though, dude. It could be bad, though, because people will be like, well, we don't need to worry about protecting animals. We can just recreate them.
Well, again, I mean, I will refer you to Jurassic Park for the reasons that this shouldn't be done. I can't even imagine. They had some pups.
They had that wolf at that Lexington convention, dude.
Yeah, that was a wolf. So that was
Not
an
a
actual
dire
wolf.
wolf. Dude.
Not a dire wolf. This apparently is a pup that's about a week old, according to the article.
Yeah,
There
they're
are
supposed to get bigger than regular wolves.
Yeah, there are 3 dire wolves that were born. A pair of 6-month-old adolescents named Romulus and Remus, of course, named after the founders of Rome, the mythological figures. And then there was a 3rd wolf named Daenerys.
Khaleesi, I think. Isn't it Khaleesi?
Yeah. Yep, Khaleesi.
But it's like, are they dire wolves technically, or are they new hybrids?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Technically,
I look at a photo like this,
that's
though.
not for us to decide, D. That's for men in suits somewhere. That's not for us to figure out.
Right. You look at this picture on your screen. This kind of scared me a little bit.
What is it? Oh,
The woolly mammoth, and because the dire wolf is about half the size of the woolly mammoth.
That's definitely a young mammoth or something.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think they're bigger?
That's not a full-grown fucking mammoth. A dire wolf isn't half the size of a full-grown mammoth. No way.
I mean, they're big, dude. I don't know.
Mammoths are big too, man.
I mean, there are pictures of people standing with dogs that, like,
They're
AI.
not as big
I
as
think
the
it's
mammoth.
AI. I
They're
think
not
it's
as
AI.
big as the mammoths. A1, you
This
mean?
was a cute picture.
It's that steak sauce on the internet, A1.
So this was interesting.
I found it interesting that Peter Jackson owns that.
Yeah,
thing.
he owns it. The Iron Throne from the show.
The official traveling 330-pound weighing.
Like, that they take to, like, events and shit. I mean, it's pretty cool that he owns that, I got to say.
I don't know. Seems a
little much.
A little billionaire petty to me, a little bit.
On your screen, you could see Romulus and Remus sitting in the Iron Throne.
I mean, maybe if he had made the show, it would make
What
sense.
a photo op. Well, you know.
But he's just like, I'm buying the Iron Throne.
It's like, you got the money, then go ahead and buy it.
There is a funny part, though, in that Parks and Rec, dude, when Leslie Knope gets the Iron Throne for Ben Wyatt to sit on.
That's great.
And she
I sat upon a fake Iron
She doesn't
Throne
know
at
how to role
Marshall.
play with him, dude. She starts doing Star Trek, and he's like, no, that's not it.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, we're going to continue watching it. But
No, that's Parks and Rec. You don't have. You
Oh,
haven't
Parks
watched
and Rec.
that.
I thought you said it was Gemstones. My
No,
bad.
Jim
Parks and Rec.
Stones. I need to get. I haven't watched the latest episode. I'm halfway through it.
We're getting there.
Yeah, you're halfway through season 2. It sounds like.
Yeah, I think.
About that.
Colossal, the company, claims that it has now set the record for the most ever genetic edits in a living species, says it plans to restore the dire wolf as a viable species and secure ecological preserves for it on indigenous land in North America.
Isla Nubar.
I tell you, it's looking that way. So when you see a fucking dire wolf wandering around your neighborhood here in about 25 years, you'll know this was the point it started. And like Christian said, this has brought a bunch of questions about ethics. You know,
My neck is a little sore. that's
playing
why I'm
God. Your neck sore? There's a pillow there.
I know. I was just stretching it out. I didn't want you to think I was like tired.
A lot of things are questioned. in doing this, of course, should we? And is it the responsible thing to do? Everything. I mean, it's the plot of fucking Jurassic Park, dude. It's like, morally, should we do it? Are we playing God?
Well, weren't there laws about like breeding animals and
That's
stuff?
what I thought.
Remember that crazy goat
the
hybrid
goat
we talked
with
about?
2 heads or some shit
Well,
or
this, it
whatever.
was like this protected mountain goat that they created more of. Than
Trying
they're
to
not supposed
reintroduce them into the and
so people can hunt them.
Jeez, I don't know. Again,
it's a different world.
I
dude.
think it's one of. I
It's
think
a brave
you're right.
new world. We need Ares. We need Ares to come in. The war program.
We'll get to
Tron. That's what I'm talking
we'll
about.
get to Tron.
Well, I just wanted people to know I'm not talking about going to war.
Will
Greek style.
dire wolves be good for everybody? I don't know. I would love to see a dire wolf.
They weren't very good for the Starks. I mean, they could have done more, is all I'm saying. It was always sad when they got killed.
It's very sad. You're right.
That's all they did, though.
Well,
Just make us sad.
Just die.
No, there were a few wolves that did good.
Again, if I saw a dire wolf, I'd probably have a stroke.
We almost
So,
did just seeing that regular wolf, dude.
That wasn't anything close.
You still didn't like it. You freaked out.
Wolves scare me.
I could hear your heart
Dogs scare
increase,
me.
dude.
You're-
My hero power kicked in.
You're fucking full of shit.
I heard the murder in your heart. That's one thing he says at one point, too, dude. She's like, what's that noise in your heart? Murder.
Murder.
Murder. I'm Zachary.
So
I'm Zachary Quinto. I had to talk like this and be very possessed.
tell us what you think about the dire wolf making a comeback. Is this good? Is this bad? Is this important? Let us know what you think. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Well, should we trust it? Are they the vaccine scientists? I don't know what science I'm supposed to trust anymore, Zip.
No, it's a good question, buddy. I wish I had an answer for you.
Dr. Dire Wolf. Paging Dr. Dire Wolf. We're ready for your genetics now.
So we know that Jenna Ortega exited the Scream franchise shortly after Melissa, what's her name?
Barrera or something like that?
Was let go. She recently
Over her
well, yeah,
political
I guess.
actions.
Yeah,
and
something
then
like that.
Jenna dropped out and lied, and we all knew it. Said it was scheduling stuff, and we were all like, yeah, right.
Yeah, we were like, bullshit. Well, now she has confirmed it was, in fact, bullshit.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, of course, it makes sense.
What do you-
She wasn't going to do the film if
Explain.
they weren't going to do it with her people that made the other ones. That was her crew, dog. It's like-
So it's a ride or die situation.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I want Jenna to be loyal to me, dude. Like you were loyal to whoever I said you were loyal to earlier. Did I say that? Loyal to the king?
I don't know, probably in one of our arguments. You probably said I was loyal to someone.
You're loyal to your dumb brain. Gosh. You have no choice, dude.
You have problems that,
You need-
that no therapist can get rid of.
That reminds me, I was watching the Kelsey's podcast, like
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey and the
Yeah.
other one,
Yeah.
and they had Ben Stiller on, and we're talking to him about the Heavyweights movie. And they were talking about that scene where he's doing the weigh-in and he's talking to himself. How you doing, little Tony? Not good.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in years.
And Ben Stiller was talking about how, like, every therapy session, somebody's always like, well, let's get in touch with your inner child. And he's like, that's exactly, how you doing, little? That's that good therapy, dude. Talk to your inner child. Get in touch with your inner child.
I'm sure.
Not good. Well, whose fault is it? It's their fault. It's their fault. You have failed.
Oh, God, man. It's been a minute since I've seen that
Dude,
movie.
I think the funniest part is when he's like doing back handsprings and just like bites the dust and like walks off so mad. That's one of my favorite Ben
I
Stiller
like
moments.
when he's walking out of the room trying to get the high fives and he gets that one last guy that gives him the high five before he walks out of the damn room.
Kids like,
Kids are like, I'm not down with this. So anyway, Jenna Ortega says that it was, quote, a mess. That it wasn't over pay. It wasn't over scheduling. It had nothing to do with any of that. It just was with, as Christian said, the completely different people.
the Melissa stuff.
And that led to her exiting the franchise and them having to scramble to get the older actors. So
It'll be interesting to see how the fans react to the new one.
it will be interesting to see how the fans react. For those that may not know, the Melissa Barra stuff was some pro-Palestine, I think, posts that she did, and a lot of harsh criticism of Israel and the current deal in Gaza. I think that's what led to her being released from the series, and Jenna didn't like that. Jenna then shot to stardom, shot to fame, and make her call her own shots and all that good stuff. And, you know, by then it was too late. She'd already left. So, thoughts?
I think I said them all.
Yeah. Okay. But what do you think about Jenna Ortega? Spyglass's stance is unequivocally clear.
That was
What?
about the girls firing when Melissa got fired.
Right. Scream 7 currently scheduled to hit theaters on February 27th of next year. Directed by Kevin Williamson, who wrote the script for the original Scream film.
It's almost like there's going to be two different timelines of Scream stuff.
Cuts or something. Yeah, it's like a multiverse of Scream, which sounds horrible. Anyway, let us know what you think about Jenna's comments. Let us know what you think about the Scream franchise and if it's going to be hurt by Jenna and Melissa not being in it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you on the next one.
I heard there's a Scream board game that's supposed to be pretty cool.
Yeah?
He like calls you.
Ooh. What's your favorite scary movie? All right.
What's up? What are we doing?
One of the big things that I'm looking forward to coming out soon is Tron Ares coming out.
And we got a trailer for it.
We do.
That was the first real trailer, I think, maybe.
Yes, well, this was the first trailer. There's been a teaser, but this is the first trailer. Let's have a look.
The Zips love the Tron movies. I think it's maybe because you watched more 80s techno movies.
Probably that's exactly what it is.
Like The Wizard. And that other one with War Games, maybe? I bet you watch War Games.
All right, let me stop there for just a minute. So here I have questions about this Tron, and I just want you to answer me.
I don't think I have answers for you.
I know you don't care about it.
No, I mean I don't. I meant like unlike Yellowjackets, I kind of knew some stuff. I don't know anything much about Tron.
Well, I just want your opinion on it. So I get they're in this reality.
Is that not reality?
No, I get they're in this world, okay? But my question is, how does their light technology come over into this world?
Well, how do they come into the world? The same way?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, that's what it does in their world, doesn't it? It seems like it works the same. Right?
Let's see.
Didn't that thing cut something in the digital world too?
Yes, it did, but again, you're talking about pixels cutting pixels. Now you're in the real world, and it has the power to cut like real material. And I just found that kind of questionable.
I don't know. That was the coolest part of the trailer, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought it was just them coming to war against the real world, dude. They want to take over our world.
Ah!
That does sound exciting. 9 Inch Nails doing the soundtrack.
Dude, soundtrack sounds badass for sure.
Of course, a lot of times, though, 9 Inch Nails does soundtracks for other movies, and you're just like, okay.
Sam has a theory that it's the Master Control Program has returned from the original Tron.
I don't know what that means.
I know what it means. He knows I know what it means.
The Puppet Master, dude. That's that new Metallica song, Puppet Master. It should have been Tron War. No, he is Ares, dude. Jared Leto.
Jared Leto is
Can't spell Ares without Jared. You do need the A and the R and the E, I guess.
The questions I have were, kind of like, how does that technology come over into this world? How is it able to do the same thing it does in the computer world?
How do they explain humans going into the digital world?
I mean, again, it's like a machine digitizes you.
It's the same kind of question when you watch the originals. How are they in the computer?
A machine digitizes them, damn it.
Well, why can't a machine realize them?
Jared Leto leads the film as the title character Ares, and the original star Jeff Bridges is back for the film.
I hope Jared does something good for once. It's been a while, it seems like.
Yeah. Tron Ares hits theaters October the 10th. You can check out the trailer by heading online to our Facebook page. The trailer was revealed at D23. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. It was revealed at D23. Nine Inch Nails was going to be doing the soundtrack just as the Chemical Brothers. Is that who did the Tron Legacy? Daft Punk. Just like Daft Punk did Tron Legacy, Nine Inch Nails is going to do Tron Ares. But what did you think of the trailer? What do you think about the soundtrack? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you like the video, follow our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.
I just saw my dad had texted me to text the podcast link to the fam
You're a
an
little
hour
late.
ago, so sorry about
Yeah,
that.
you're a
I
little
forgot to do that this week. My bad.
Little late. The show Hollywood Demons is continuing, and it just did a show on the dark side of the Power Rangers.
The black, yellow, and I was trying to think of the gray, darker colored Rangers, but I messed up by saying yellow. I was going to say like gray and purple, indigo.
Again, this week we saw the dark side of the Power Rangers, which featured stories about
Did one of them kill somebody?
with a sword.
Yeah, that sounded crazy. I had never heard about that one.
I've obviously heard about it because
Yeah, I'm sure. I know
follow
you.
that stuff. But the Power Rangers, they've definitely had their share of problems.
They were talking. I watched a brief video of somebody that summed up what was in that episode.
Yeah.
They're like, it covered like everything. They're like, every Power Rangers dark story got a little bit.
Shout out to my boy Henry Resilient on the stream. What's up, buddy? I love when Henry's on. I feel like I'm being graded though. That's the problem. I feel like I'm being graded on my stuff. It was a really great episode, and there was a few things that were revealed that I did not know, and also a few things that came to light. One of them was that Tai Trang actually, I didn't know this. Apparently, during a big meeting of affiliates of the Fox Kids Network, she got up on stage and
said, you make us dance for
yes,
you, so you dance for us.
Right, exactly right. Isn't it right that you dance with us? He was innocent, but the sitter slept with the police department to get Ricardo Medina convicted. Oh, okay. So he's talking about the guy that stabbed the other guy. Henry Resilient, who is a formal authority on Power Rangers and Power Rangers drama, I'll always defer to him. He says that apparently he was innocent, but the sitter slept with the police department to get Ricardo Medina convicted. Yikes. Man. Power Rangers world is
Did they say anything about that on the show?
I think so. Or not all of it, but some of it. So anyway, Tai Trang, she pretty much took one for the team, and here's what I think. I think that she was coerced into doing it from Austin St. John. For those that don't know, that's the Red Power Ranger, pictured here, third from the right, fourth from the left. He was recently convicted of scamming for payroll protection loans during COVID. So
I think they talked about that on the show too.
Yeah. Henry's covered that significantly. Henry says concerning the Medina guy, the sister did an interview and she admitted to sleeping with anyone. It was never mentioned on the show. Wow. So again, Henry knows stuff that even the show isn't showing. That's my boy, Henry. Anyway, yeah, this asshole right here, Austin St. John, the guy in the red Tyrannosaurus power, I really think he is a genuine jerk. I've met him twice, and he was a jerk both times. Felt like he could be anywhere else but around me. And the story goes that it was the three of them, Ty Trang, Austin St. John, and Walter Jones, and they were like this team, and they were going to do it together, and they were going to try to blackmail Haim Saban.
It sounded like collective bargaining.
Yeah, well, again, dude, they wanted a percentage of the toy sales. And producers on the show, directors on the show, cast members on the show said that shit is never going to happen. Not going to happen. Don't try it. And Twee went out there and tried it. And
they should be happy for the scraps they were getting. They don't know the way the world works.
That's pretty much what Haim said. And
that's what you're saying too, it sounds like. It's sad.
No, I'm just reporting on it.
I know, but it sounded like you're against collective bargaining and people standing up for
I'm
getting
saying
what they're worth.
Well, okay, let's talk about that then. Do you think that the actors made that show, or the people in the costumes and the robot dinosaurs and the monsters and all that other shit? What made that show?
I don't know. I think the profits probably could have been shared more equally.
Probably, but again, you're a person. At the end of the day, you're a person in a costume.
How do we change it and make it so that?
I mean, one way is that they've talked about is to try to make the show a union show, so that they actually have to abide by union laws, because that was the big complaint, was that they were shooting a lot, and they were shooting twice as much as a regular show and getting paid a third of what a regular show cost. But again, you got to think about what they were doing in Haim Saban's mind. I think it's like,
how much is he worth?
Billions. He's worth a lot of money. Let me put it this way.
And he couldn't afford to pay him a little more?
Let me put it this way.
How are you going to put it?
If let's say that Haim said, you know what? Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you 1% of the toy sales total. Give it to each of them. Do you know how much money that would have been for each of those actors?
I think he could have said.
Do you know how much money that would have been to each of those actors?
Instead, it went into his pocket. Do you know how much money
that
was
it
that
doesn't
went into
matter.
his pocket?
Again,
why does he deserve that much more than these people?
Dude. Again, I'm not saying it's not a matter of deserving it or not. I'm not saying it's a matter of whether they deserve it.
Well, you were just saying they don't deserve it.
No,
you said, imagine how much money they would be.
No, I'm saying
those actors don't deserve 1% of that.
That's $5 to $10 million, Christian.
So, why does the
because I feel like you should earn what you make. I mean, you should earn it, and if you don't earn it,
it's not like they weren't working.
Dude, I mean, you're talking about these people making more than people on Seinfeld, making more than people on, Friends, making more than on any other show. 5 to 10. There's no way that was going to happen. I'm just being realistic. I'm not saying they deserved it or they didn't. I'm just saying from a business point of view, and it's Fox, by the way, not Haim Saban. They were partners. See, Fox and Haim were. So I'm sure profits were split with the toy sales. I'm sure they all didn't go to Haim Saban. My point is that they can't do that, because then they have to do that for every actor that comes in after them.
That doesn't seem like a reason why they can't do it.
Well, again, like I said, you live for pissing me off and trying to make me wrong.
Well,
so
it's
I'm
just
not
always
even
funny when you defend the system.
Well, again, sometimes the system's right.
Yeah, billionaires.
But you're broken.
Billionaires.
You're broken and you're different since the election.
Actors don't deserve.
Talking to you is like talking to nothing.
Wage. They don't deserve to earn what they work for. The billionaires should get it all.
I'm not saying that's what I believe.
You're saying that's the way it is, though.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. But I'm not saying that's right or what I believe.
You didn't say we should try to change it.
Again, I don't think you can.
Not with that attitude.
And I told you that they've tried to do unionizing, and they've tried to do things to get these actors more money, but at the end of the day, they're using footage from Japan. The American actors are using footage from Japan and just simply dubbing over the stuff from the people in the suits. I simply am saying,
those Japanese people
in my
need to be
opinion,
paid too.
I don't even know what they're paid. Okay? That's a whole nother story. I don't know. That wasn't covered. Okay? I'm just telling you that that's what led from this to this. The New Rangers. They brought in Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley, and Johnny Young Bosch, and Austin St. John, Walter Jones, and Thuy Trang. Bye-bye. Later.
I know, but what if it might have been different if all the Rangers had done it?
I don't think, because I think they knew they were not going to get the deal they wanted to get.
Well, I'm just saying that's how.
And they weren't willing to talk about it.
Do you understand how it falls apart if not all of them do it?
No, because again, I'm telling you, you can go out and get 5 other people off the fucking street. Okay? I mean...
But that's not what they did. They got 3 people and they had 2 of the other ones or whatever.
Right, and nothing changed. If anything, their ratings went up. So the people that we're talking, that you're saying, oh, they should stand up for what they fucking believe in, blah, 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 blah. Kick rocks. Then you're gone.
Well, I'm saying if all
then
5...
you're done. If you're going to fucking say that, then you're gone.
You just said you don't understand collective bargaining and how it's different if all 5 of them did it.
Again, I'm telling you, I know how collective bargaining works, and Haim Saban would have been like, well, all 5 of you can fuck off.
I'm sure he would have, but it may not have been the same way.
I mean, again, hindsight. I don't know how to say what would have happened.
Exactly.
Know? I'm guessing what would have happened based off the fact that you're dealing with a billionaire and a multi-billion-dollar property.
Uh-huh.
And I'm telling you right now, if these kids came in and were like, I want this, I want that, I'd say, dude, no, I don't need that. From a business point of view, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need you that bad. The Power Rangers are the stars of the show, not you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that may be wrong and that may be morally fucked up, but that's what I think is going on and that's what I think happened.
I know, but I'm saying if you don't, you have to apply the leverage where you can. You can't.
There was no leverage. That's what I'm telling you.
Would you say it's a betrayal for the other ones to not have if they had agreed to?
I don't think it's a betrayal because it's business at the end of the day. It's business.
So if you agree,
and according to the original ones, there was no arrangement.
I'm saying if again.
Again.
So it would be a betrayal?
I don't.
If there was an agreement, it would be a betrayal.
Fine. Okay. Fine. It was
simple.
A betrayal.
Yeah.
But again, the other 3 or 4 said no. There was never no such fucking thing. Because we knew that Haim Saban would be like, you fucking idiots. Because again, it's a simple matter of math. Now, could they have been paid more? Sure, absolutely. Do I think they should have been paid more? Absolutely.
How did the cast of Friends get a pay raise?
The cast of Friends are people that are on screen.
I'm just
for
saying,
30
what did they
minutes,
do?
And it's a totally different thing. It's a kids' TV show. And the revenue is based off toys, not off ads and other stuff. That's why they got paid what they got paid.
Irregardless of toys and shit like that, Mr. Tangent, I'm saying,
horseshit.
How did collectively the cast of Friends said, you got to pay us this or that? I understand.
I just told you.
I understand it's completely different.
I just told you.
No, you talked a bunch of nonsense.
I just told you.
What did you tell me?
Friends' revenue is completely different from the revenue stream of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Does the revenue?
Why do you not understand that?
Why does the revenue, where the revenue comes from, matter to how much a person gets paid?
Dude, I mean, that's like saying that is so contradictory I can't even begin to explain. Okay? It's real simple.
No, it's not. Your revenue is here. It comes from different streams, and then you use it to pay people.
You don't understand what I'm saying to you.
And you see, the Friends people said, we're not going to do anymore, so that would stop the revenue stream. And so the
because
rich
of the
people had to pay
advertising
them
from the
more.
show. Because the advertisers would start pulling the money from Friends because they're like, oh, well, if Jennifer Aniston's not on there anymore, I don't want any fucking ads on this thing.
Exactly.
Okay, that's not how Power Rangers was. The money in Power Rangers was made off the toys and the bullshit that came out.
Yeah, but
That's how they made money, not from advertisers or other people or other ways,
But if they
like a
quit-
sitcom.
if they quit making the show, they're not going to sell toys.
They wouldn't have quit making the show, is what I'm telling you. They would have gotten 5 other people, fresh actors, and they would have said, you guys are now the Power Rangers. Congratulations.
Well, why couldn't
As a
they
matter
do-
of fact, in the show, they say there were 3 groups of people that were up for the roles, and
But that's not what happened. They didn't have the collective bargaining, so you cannot compare it and compare.
because it's not a union job, because they didn't have to
Friends-
shoot as
Friends
much,
had nothing-
because they were using footage from Japan.
the Friends collective
God
bargaining had
damn,
nothing
you're not
to
listening.
You're not listening. You're talking about unions footage, and I'm talking about how these people were like, "Hey, we got to do this, and then we'll get more money."
Is that not their job?
who?
Fox and Haim Saban and his company, is their job not to make more money?
Well, yeah, they need.
Okay.
They need the Power Rangers to make more money.
Exactly. They don't need the actors. They need the Power Rangers. And they had that. Right? So why give the actors more money?
They had. If the Power Rangers left, you don't have the Power Rangers.
Again, that's impossible because he owned the footage for Super Sentai.
That's got nothing to do with it. It's
It
like
does.
WWE.
You have Power Rangers. You just have to get 5 new American actors.
WWE, when they brought back Razor Ramon and Diesel.
No, totally different.
Well, it's just people
These
in a
guys
suit.
are
It's
people
fake.
in costume
It's
and
stuff,
helmets.
blah, blah, blah. But they
all
didn't do
that
it
stuff.
collectively. So you can't even argue it because it's not collective.
Again, even if it was collective, I think that's why the other 4 stayed because they knew
Who
what
are the
answer
other
would
4?
be. Jason David Frank, David Yost, Kimberly, or Amy Jo Johnson, and I guess that's it. I guess there were 6. So the other 3 that remained.
See?
And Jason
That's
David
50%
Frank.
of them.
Jason
If
David-
50% of the Friends were like, hey, we're not going to leave. They would have cut those other 50% a lot more than they would have cut the 100%. Can you
Okay.
not agree with that?
No, I don't. No, I
yeah,
think they
that's-
would have laughed him out of the office. They would have said, dude, get the fuck out of here. If you don't want to be part of this hit
That's
show
what I just
that
said.
could be a
That's
jumping
what I
spot
just said.
for an acting gig down the road where you will make money and you will have all these
Okay,
fancy
yeah, that's
things.
what I just said. If the 3 people in Friends said that we want more money and the other 3 didn't, they would have said, get out of here. But since all 6 of them said
Again,
no,
totally different situation.
Of course it is, but that's how collective bargaining works.
I know how collective bargaining works, and I'm telling you it would not have worked, and the other 3 knew that. That's why there was no collective bargaining agreement, because it would never have been offered, dude. It wouldn't have even been offered to them.
It's not how it doesn't get offered to you, dude. You got to demand it.
Okay, again, what I'm telling you is if you demand it, Haim Saban laughs you out of his office.
But not if you have
And
all
replaces
your
you
Power
instantly.
Rangers with you.
Doesn't matter. All of them are gone.
You don't
Bye.
know. You don't know that.
I'm telling you.
It didn't
I'm
happen.
telling
It
you.
didn't
That's what
happen
would
that
happen.
way, though.
$5 to $10 million.
It didn't happen
out.
that way, though.
I mean, no, it didn't. But I mean, it wouldn't. They were not going to get what they wanted.
No,
And there
no,
ain't a soul
but it was a starting
on this
point.
world
But
that
it was a
would tell you
starting
that.
point.
You got to sit back. You're
Negotiation
really
start.
up on the camera.
I don't care.
Sit back.
No, I can sit however I want.
Okay, fine. God, now he's pouting. Okay, so anyway, going back to the Hollywood
Well,
Demon
I
show.
like collective bargaining. I'm into that.
I'm sure you are, dude, and I'm not.
And
I'm
the
saying
better
that I'm
world.
not into it. I'm telling you, this is what
clearly
happened in
aren't. You're like,
1995.
I don't think it works. We should just fucking bow down and accept our scraps.
Dude, you're just too bitter, man. You're too fucking bitter.
Well, look at the world.
You're too fucking bitter, man.
How's
you gotta
your
chill.
401k doing?
I mean, dude, it's doing what it's doing. I mean, can I change it? Can I fix it?
We could.
How? How would I fix it?
Collective bargaining. collective action. Yes.
So now we're comparing this to American politics.
That's what collective bargaining is.
Okay. Again, you're different. You've changed.
No,
And
I've always
it's really
cared.
hard to have discussions with you.
I've
now.
always cared about.
You
the
always come back around.
99%,
Do you
dude.
really think that I don't care?
No, but you have a lot of right-wing tendencies.
Okay, right-wing tendencies versus left-wing extremism, I think, is what you mean to say. Okay?
No. See,
Yes,
that's the
yes.
right-wing tendency right
No,
there.
again-
where you
again,
think
yeah.
arguing against billionaires is extreme.
Do you think that I am for billionaires, Christian?
It sounds like it.
Well, again, see, that's why you're different. That's why you're not the guy I used to know, because this
Why can't you
election
just say you hate
wounded you
billionaires
so
too?
deeply.
Why do you have to attack me?
I'm not attacking you. I'm saying you're not even listening to what I'm saying.
No, I hear you completely.
Well, then this should make complete sense to you. If you're listening to me.
What should?
The Power Rangers and the reason the 3 left and the reason that they were told to leave and the reason they were replaced a day later.
Oh yeah,
And the fact that if the six
It
of them
makes
would have gone in
complete
there,
sense.
that it would have been the same fucking situation.
What if they had gotten everyone on cast and crew to demand a pay raise?
Again, the cast and crew, I believe, and I'm not saying I'm gospel on this, I believe they were union.
I mean, were there
Only
wages?
the actors
they,
were not union.
Were they getting good wages? I don't know, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Seems
dude.
like Power Rangers
Jesus
has made
Christ almighty.
Tom Saban a lot of money.
They have made him a lot of money. But it's not just, you're acting like it's going to one guy. It's not just going to one guy. It's being distributed
90%
about
of it
his
is
company.
going to there.
And I mean, he sold it to Disney for a while, and it was there for a while. And
Sounds
I mean,
like you're defending billionaires again.
I'm not even going to fucking talk to you anymore, dude. Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't talk to you anymore. You won't even listen. I mean, you think I'm for fucking billionaires? That's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. That somebody says to me, you're a right-wing fucking person. I'm not talking right-wing. I am reporting the story, and I am telling you my opinion as to why the demands that were made from these 3 actors who were simply dubbing over
I know. And
Japanese
I'm
programming.
having a discussion with you
Okay.
about
May I finish?
why can't
Let me
collective
finish.
bargaining be used?
Let me finish. Collective bargaining could not have been used in this situation because, number one, they were not union. Number 2, they didn't have a whole bunch of experience in acting or in Hollywood. Number 3, there were several people that were up for the role. They knew that if they said anything about it, it was on the fucking documentary. They knew if they said anything about it, that they would be kicked off the show. Because again, you're talking about something that is 2 halves. Okay? The first half is the American actors and their performance. The second half is a completely different thing in a completely different country with masked characters that can easily be replaced. Now, you talk about a show like Friends, you can't do that with Monica. You can't do that with Rachel.
Yeah, but like you said, if you had 3 of them that left, if Monica was like, I deserve a pay raise, and no one else was there backing her up, Monica's gone.
Again.
And you agreed to that, and now are you changing that? You disagree?
Wait a minute, say that again now?
If just one of the friends had gone in demanding a raise and not all of them.
Why would that have happened? Why the fuck would that have
That's
happened?
what happened at the Power Rangers.
No.
You had 3 of them go in.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
So if 3 friends went in, how is that different than one friend going in?
Friends
for
and Mighty
collective-
Morphin Power Rangers for the fucking 100th time is not the same show. They do not get the same revenue streams, and it's not a similar situation in any way, shape, or form.
I understand that. It's mostly because about the mass, and you don't need them.
Right. Exactly.
You can just put a new person in.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Am I saying it's right or wrong? No. I'm just telling you where I think Haim Saban's head was at this time, because that's what they wanted. They wanted a percentage of the merchandise, right? And again, I think the 3 that stayed knew that wasn't going to happen.
I think that sounds like, a negotiation.
again, $5 to $10 million for half of a show.
It's a starting point, Zip. Just because you ask for that doesn't mean that's what you're going to get. But it's like you
so
said,
what if they don't get it?
Like you,
So what if they don't get it?
They'll get more. They
But what if they don't?
compromise. They compromise.
But what if they don't?
Then they walk.
So what's the difference? They're gone. So what's the difference between saying, no, I'm not doing any of that shit. You can
Because
go
it wasn't
do something
everyone.
else.
It wasn't
I'll get
everyone.
somebody else to come in. They did. Their ratings went up. They got a feature film that these original Rangers are not a part of now
Yeah.
because they decided to go for the fucking toys. And it was never going to happen.
I don't think the toys has to do with it.
It has everything to do with it. You need to read about it. It has everything to do with it.
So
That's how Power Rangers made the money.
If they would have asked for less money, they might have got it, is what you're saying? But
If they would have asked for less money,
But you're saying they asked for too much,
I'm saying they asked for a percentage of the toy sales.
which was too much.
right.
So if they had asked for less, but more than they were making, see, that's what you
I don't know. Again, there are a
you're
lot of
conflating
factors.
toy sales as something to have to do with it.
God damn. There's a lot of factors that are involved in this situation. Okay? One of them is the toy sales, royalties, stuff like that. Another one is the fact that the union in Hollywood, the SAGA union or whatever, was involved. So you couldn't have really a collective agreement because there were people at different tiers of the entertainment spectrum working on the show. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The actors were non-union. The crew and everybody else that you just mentioned was union, so they were getting paid what everyone else in the industry was getting paid. It was only the actors that were not getting paid what they were worth. Okay?
I hope that's correct.
That is correct, according to the show that I watched yesterday.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Well,
Ty
the-
Trang,
why did
Walter Jones,
So could
and
the-
Austin St. John said after the first season, this is a $1 billion franchise, this is a $1 billion show, you know, we should be making more money, we need to do something. Twee, go up on stage in front of the affiliates and Fox representatives and all the people that own the brand and tell them we want more money,
Yeah.
which is the clip that you referenced.
No.
Yeah, you referenced the clip where she came out and said, we do a show for you, why don't you do a show for us? You don't remember doing that? I can run back the tape.
Yeah, I talked about that.
Okay,
but
that's
not
what I'm
in
talking
our
about.
argument.
That's the moment
I'm talking about
I'm
talking about when the three.
on the show, it's revealed that she ran off stage and ran into the arms of the stunt coordinator, crying, talking about, what did I do? What did I do?
Okay.
Because she knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, she put her job in danger
Yeah, she put her job in danger.
because nobody had her back.
Apparently, Austin St. John and Walter Jones had her back, but didn't do shit.
But that's not how you have to have everyone for it to work.
Again, everyone wasn't in agreement before she made that statement.
Exactly. So it's not going to work.
Right. So why make the statement?
I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. Why? It makes no sense
What?
to make the statement. It makes no sense to make it because you don't have people that have your back like you just said.
I don't know.
Oh, now you don't know? I mean,
no.
I don't know.
She's telling me he wants more money. You're not allowed to ask for more money?
Christian, dude, I don't know what you're trying to prove here.
I'm not trying to prove anything.
Okay. Well, yeah, you sound like you're trying to prove that I'm some kind of right-wing extremist or something.
No, you just it's just funny how much
You know, and I'm just telling you about this show. My camera has died because of battery because we've been running so long.
Well, I'm just saying Power Rangers could have changed the world, dude, if they would all collective bargain together instead of bitching out.
I don't disagree with that.
Good.
Okay? Good. I don't disagree with I'm just saying they could have gone about it a different way and should have. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it sounds like earlier you kept saying, no, they shouldn't have because they'd all just get fired.
If you're going if you're going after the toy sales, dude, and that's what they wanted. If they would have said like you, let's negotiate money, that's a different situation, but that's not what they said. They said we want a percentage of the toy sales. And it wasn't going to happen. Anyway, Enough of this.
Again, I think you're missing the point with the toy.
I don't agree with you, and that we'll leave it at that. In the documentary, and again, I apologize for not having a camera on me. It's spoken about Tai Trang died tragically in a car accident a few years after she left the show. It was also revealed that she was not the first actor, which I already knew. She was not the first actress cast to play the Yellow Ranger. It was actually an actress by the name of Audrey Dubois was hired, who was a very talented martial artist. JDF, of course, was brought up in the documentary. As you know, he tragically took his own life in 2023, I believe.
I think they mentioned his brother, too. I didn't know
Yeah,
about that.
and his brother also died by suicide in the same way, by hanging. So it was a really deep, really powerful documentary. And I did get to meet Jason David Frank when he was alive. I was fortunate enough. It's a really great show. It's a great documentary. But anyway, let us know what you think about all this that we've been talking about, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up because my camera died and Christian's mad at me. So, again, we appreciate you guys joining our live stream. Look for the clips coming this week. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and make sure you like the live stream. It does help us. Special shout out to Henry Resilient for joining the stream and chiming in on this. For Christian, this is Ryan Zip. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you